is Hulk Hogan, brother, and you're listening to the best of the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
How can I be Chad's favorite show if Chad hangs up? Lummy, answer the question. It almost sounds like a nursery rhyme. How can I be Chad's favorite show if little Chad hangs up, Lummy, and I can't do an interview with him?
I don't know.
Maybe pick up the phone on line one.
Oh, it's not.
Chad and Brantley, the purveyors. Oh, I got to turn on Jay, too. Hello, Jay. How are you, my friend?
I'm well. Good morning.
Me and Dan did a little biking on Saturday.
I saw that. He's a beast, isn't he?
He is I wish I could say the F word right now. I got so much mad respect for him. That bitch can ride a regular 10-speed or whatever the hell he's got.
Road bike.
As fast.
10-speed. He's got a Schwinn 10-speed.
That's what I was calling it, his $10,000 10-speed. I'm like, bring your $10,000 10-speed. Let's see if you can keep up. And he's got full-blown human power. I got an electric Willie. I can average about 22. I'm thinking I can average 22, 23. There's no way a guy could do 22 miles on a regular, 10-speed.
Well,
that bitch is. I can't even believe it.
Your suggestion for him not to bring his mountain bike was the best suggestion because he's put literally thousands of miles on that bike. He did a triathlon where the riding part was 112 miles in one race.
The only way I could have beat him is if I put mine in the top gear, and that's not even fair. He's a machine.
Yeah, I can't ride as fast as Dan.
Dan, you're amazing.
That's when you can tell he's super athletic, especially for his age.
Just when you want to just think that Dan's a douche.
Put him on a bicycle with a 25-year-old, and he's going to hang pretty darn good. Just
when you want to finally find something that he cannot do that good or that he over-talked about it. Like I told him on Saturday, I go, you know what? You're like Dion because you brag and then you back it up.
Yeah, it's not bragging. It's just kind of boasting when you can do it.
I'm like, so when we were talking about Dan and being able to keep up, I'm like, I told the merch crick, there is no way. There's no way.
Yes, Daddy.
There's no way.
He's like, I'm going to get some good live FaceTime content.
And he did it. He did it.
I can't believe it.
God dang, Dan.
When he told me the route he took, all the way to the end of Courtney Campbell Causeway, 22 miles. With a little pickleball on the backside. That's
we'll talk about that. Is this Chad Brantley?
Yep.
Hey, why'd you guys hang up?
Man, we lost you. I looked down. I'm talking to Brantley, and I looked down at my phone, and I was like, uh-oh.
First of all, by the way, this is Chad. We don't even have to talk to Brantley. We can hang up on him if he doesn't know anything.
Oh, shame.
Like he doesn't even know anything about the show. You were having to tell him how cool the show was. So don't let that Johnny come lately just try to get up on you. I mean, Chad, you're the one that is the person I want to talk to, not Brantley. Brantley wanted to listen to who was his favorite guy? I forget. Brantley, who did you say was your must listen to?
Well, I love Conan O'Brien, Bubba, and I agree totally.
Conan O'Brien.
Look, I told Chad this. I said, Bubba doesn't want to talk to me, man.
No.
I'm honored to be talking to you, Bubba.
Well, thank
you.
So
thank you.
But Chad's the star of the show. Let's just be honest, okay? I mean, you're a pretty good host, Brantley, but Chad's country bumpkin, and then that chick that he's rolling around with, that's what's taking everybody to the dance. Come on, let's be honest with each other.
Absolutely agree.
Chad, who is that chick that you were with at the ball game?
Oh, that's my fiancée. That's Amanda. Man.
My Lord, that's above the rim action right there all day. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, I came in and hit you with that hot chick Willie on the back.
She was unbelievable. Great selection. So anyway,
great selection.
Let me just give everybody just a little what we're talking about here. That just shows you how unconventional our show is because, usually we would have a big-time star like Tony Mandrich or Brett Favre or something, but we even have guys like Chad and Brantley who are not stars but are trying to do the best they can, putting together some content. Chad is a fan of the show, and by some organic measure, I was on YouTube or something. I think somebody sent me a link. And
you said someone sent it to you.
So, somebody sent me a link somehow and be like, hey, this dude right here has got a podcast, kind of a small podcast nonetheless, but he could have picked 1 million people as to who his favorite radio guy was, and he picked you. And it's really refreshing because usually everybody's telling you how much you suck and, how much you've changed and you've lost it all and you're a fat ass and you're a loser and, and to have like some regular dude that just organically knows about the show and then will talk about it on his little show, it just really took me back. And especially...
You knew
'cause-
a lot.
Well, and here's the thing. So I'm just going to play the little 25-second clip. I wish I had the other clip, but Lummy lost it because he's stupid. But this is the clip that got my attention nonetheless. Hold on.
This dude's great. Like, he's just talking, he's got crazy guests on, great friends with Hulk Hogan. Then this radio war started happening between the afternoon guy, Bubba. He let Hulk Hogan have sex with his wife, and it was recorded. And then the dude in the afternoon stole that information and then published it. And that was that Hulk Hogan sex tape. So Hulk Hogan ends up making $100 million. Bubba gets run out of the radio.
I mean,
This dude.
I like him already.
And Jay,
I like
here's
to
the
say
deal.
radio.
Jay, you're my lawyer, and you're my lawyer during all that. And this guy is one of the very few that really gets it.
He summed it up in 35 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I should have hired you, Chad, to be my lawyer, because I mean, you summed it up in 35 seconds.
Can we use that as the PR statement?
Look,
But
absolutely.
and so I've been up, and I get ribbed about it a lot. Like a lot of the fans, and everybody's like, "Oh God, here's Bubba talking about, yeah, we got it." But to hear somebody actually do comprehend what I've been trying to say,
Right.
I don't know, makes
you feel validated.
gets it.
Yeah.
So Chad, I was just like so taken back that I am your favorite show, and you guys were talking about it on your podcast deal, and I don't know, I just kind of turned like into a little fanboy. I turned into a Chad fanboy, like a little.
How many times did you watch that clip, Bubba?
I know.
Oh, say it again!
I will
It's
tell
on
you
repeat.
so many times that I can tell you Chad's flat top's on fleek. I'll tell you that right now. I'm just I mean, so much that I'm following him on my
What
Twitter.
are your favorite ones?
Oh yeah,
For me, this is a little-
This is the whole thing in its entirety. Jay, you're gonna love this. And listen. So, I mean, I've become such a fanboy for this guy that I follow him on Twitter, and I knew he took his hot fiance to the ball game on Saturday. So
He's talking carny to you, though. He
Yeah.
knows your language, too.
So listen, Jay, this is
I love language.
this is the entire clip right here. Listen to this.
Different, right? So this is more of a radio personality, but he got driven to Twitch and YouTube because of his outlandish behavior. I shouldn't say behavior. I should say, like, the things that he was involved with are so crazy. Like, it was too much for radio. And so this is a guy named Bubba the Love Sponge.
I need to hire this guy for an agent. He's like, this guy's too much for radio.
Machine.
And he's down in Tampa, and he's from what I think Warsaw, Indiana, originally. He spent time with Howard Stern on that show, and
Okay.
kind of learned under Howard, became really good friends with Howard Stern, but he moved to Tampa. He's a shock jock, right? So everything he did is really. But he's such a dude.
I should hire this guy to sing a country and western song about my show.
Oh, he could
You know what
write
I'm
a
saying?
song about you right now.
Yeah, I mean, just this
Live on air.
this 5 minute and 16 I just put a little honky tonk music behind it. It'd be a hit.
But he was always pressing everything. So I moved to Tampa in 2011. So when I got there, he was on in the mornings.
Huh.
And it was phenomenal. I was like, this dude's great. Like, he's just talking, he's got
So he
crazy
was right in the
guests
middle of the
on.
radio war.
Oh yeah, this
He
guy
was right in the middle of the whole
This-
MJ thing.
This Chad character, he's got it all down, man. He really does.
Good.
Hold on.
Great friends with Hulk Hogan, and he's just out there doing crazy stuff. And then there was this guy in the afternoon named Mike Calta. They called him Cowhead. And it was like, man, I love this Tampa radio from morning drive to afternoon drive.
Yeah, I mean, until Kelter turned into a dick, man, they had two big, huge shows. Like, why would you change it? It's idiots. Hold on.
Great. But then this radio war started happening between the afternoon guy and Bubba. And Bubba, like, had somehow, like, in his video footage in his house,
Listen. Chad tries to get through this. Listen.
he let Hulk Hogan have sex with his wife,
I can still make the I know.
and it was recorded. And then the dude in the afternoon stole that.
So stop it right
information.
there. He didn't say anything accusational about anything
I
there.
know.
That was like as artfully worded. Just so
I
you know,
know.
from a lawyer, A+, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, it was so. I mean,
It
you
was
know,
unbelievable.
It's like you knew he was going to come on the show.
It's unbelievable.
man. I don't know, man. This guy is the best. I love this guy. Hold on.
And then published it. And that was that Hulk Hogan sex tape. And so Hulk Hogan ends up making.
See this, and Jay, this is the story that I wish the public knew.
He just summarized the whole thing. And
I
he goes, so
know.
that was the Hulk Hogan sex tape.
Yeah.
So he just like summed up the whole thing in 30 seconds. Awesome.
$100 million. Bubba gets run out of the radio, like, because they thought he did it. And it's like, come to find out, it took like 2 years to investigate this. It was the afternoon guy, but the afternoon guy got the morning job, took over, and then Bubba like doubled down and got another show, and then got found guilty like tampering with like Nielsen ratings.
Poor guy, poor guy.
It's hard to defend you.
But this poor guy, like, he was trying to soften that up. He was trying to, like, come on now, fellas. I got to tell you the truth a little bit now. Come on. He's kind of a piece of crap. Hold on.
He was paying a guy to listen to the show more. And like they ran him completely out of radio, man.
Which is true. Well, this guy's so got it. Hold on.
And it was like, I feel terrible for the cat. You know what I mean? It was because he's such a dude's dude, and his show is so good and he's so intriguing. It's like the guy you want to root for, and you're like, but I had to find him on Twitch in the weirdest places, to like listen to him. But now he's back on radio. I listened to him on Florida Man Radio, and there's multiple. There's a Tampa, I think there's Orlando, there's Fort Walton, and luckily I can listen to 103.1 in Fort Walton. I can hear Bubba every morning.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
So he's building back, but dude, he is like, I mean, like I said, Hulk got 100 million, Bubba got ran out of radio, and
That's it.
he lost everything.
That's it.
But dude, you can't help but love this guy. You know what I mean? He's just so entertaining. He's so good. He's so real. But dude, he can't get out of him. He can't get out of his own way.
Also true.
It's true.
I mean, Chad really gets
Channeling Tom Bean there.
My God.
You know what I mean? So it makes you relate with him. Like sometimes you think like how close in life you come to like everything. Oh gosh, everything could just fall apart. And like,
look at Brantley. Brantley's completely like, man, whatever. This guy sounds stupid.
he does it on radio, but you got to listen to him and you got to search him out.
Hold on. Then dumbass Brantley comes up with, talk about complete opposites. Conan O'Brien. Could I be any more opposite? Like, no. I mean, that just shows you who's tough
Polar
and who's
opposite.
A little bit soft. Chad, see, he's a country guy out there. He's tough. He's a real. Brantley, meanwhile, he kind of is like the Conan O'Brien softer kind of deal. Is kind of what I'm thinking.
Now, Brantley's no Cajun, he's a good dude. He appreciates a lot, and he's listened to this, and I've turned him on to you, and he's listened.
Yeah,
to
I mean, but Brantley, you got to admit, like our show is completely different than Conan O'Brien.
Oh, absolutely, but in a good way, man. No, I'm a fan now, Bubba. Don't think that I am not. I absolutely love what you're doing. I love the rawness of it, man. That's what I just love. It's so raw, unscripted. You're ready to rock. Anything.
Man, Steve's idea of paying people organically to call us really is going to end up working out well for us. Isn't it? make sure Steve gets that check to you guys, fellas. This was all his idea.
Envelope. No check.
New Bubba, they've got this new marketing idea. I'm going to pay these two honky tonk guys to start listening to your show. You call them live. They put you over. We'll send you a few $100, okay? Exactly. Hold on here. Hold on. I got to get back to Chad. Hold on, Brantley. Stand by.
These days. Hey,
Brantley, you're a short timer. You shouldn't even be on the air. Only Chad should be on the air, but we'll let you stand by. Hold on.
He loves you.
Howard Stern, I mean, has been to like 2 weddings in his life. One of them was Bubba.
Look at Chad's got it, man.
He really knows.
Chad, I love
telling
Chad.
you.
I'm such a mark for Chad. I really am.
He's only been here since 2011. He knows your life since Warsaw.
He's not even here anymore. He's in Fort Walton now. He's gone. When did you leave Tampa, Chad?
I moved there. 2013.
So just 2 years. He was only here for 2 years.
He's got 2 pieces of artwork hanging on his wall, and one of them's Bubba's. He painted an abstract art for him. So, I mean, the cat is highly talented. He's just self-destructive.
Also true.
Hold on. Let me play the. Hold on. Let me go.
You know what I mean? But I still like him. I actually like him because of those reasons. So, to me, he's like my number one guy that I'd seek out. Like if tomorrow he ended up back in obscurity, and I had to find him on some weird channel, I'm going to listen to him.
That's
still.
awesome.
So
that is
P1 right
that's
there.
my number one guy in the radio business. And
Drinking a Miller Lite. Drinking a Miller Lite.
Not a Bud Light.
Yep.
No, hell no.
Not a Bud Light.
entertainment industry of putting out content. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
You had sent me some of that Bubba Love Sponge stuff before and told me a little
Here's Brantley in his blue room.
bit about
Let's
him.
hear it.
Checked him out. Dude is nuts. no two ways about it. But very entertaining, sharp as a tack, like you say. Just, I mean, that dude's he's everywhere. So absolutely, I could get more
Man,
into.
make sure Steve gets that money right out to him. These guys are killing it. What we told them exactly what to do, are they not?
that.
Yeah, no, he's oddly entertaining and he's oddly addictive.
I would highly encourage anybody who has a death wish and wants to hear some crazy stuff. I mean that in a good way. Like, I mean, if you just want to hear somebody's life and stories that have just derailed, go to, I mean, your name's Bubba Love Sponge. Bubba the Love Sponge? Or is it
Bubba the Love
Love
Yeah, he's legally has changed his name to Bubba the Love Sponge. His real name, I think.
By the way, I think we'll be hiring Chad to be my new publicist and agent.
New PR guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Once a week appearances.
So Chad, where do you live in Fort Walton Beach?
I'm actually over like in Freeport, Florida, which is just north of Santa Rosa Beach.
Now, what do you normally do for a living?
So I'm in medical device sales. So, I mean,
Interesting.
doctors like Dan would be great to deal with, man. Those are the cool cats that you deal with on a daily basis. They're not always that cool.
Like,
so,
are you selling hips? Are you selling knees? What type of medical devices are you selling?
Yeah, I work with a company called Cordis. So we do basically like vascular access and closure. We do stents and balloons so those arteries get clogged up.
Our uncle helped invent the cardiac catheterization way back when. Yeah.
My stepfather. If you know anything about medical devices, then you have. That's probably why you knew I was from Warsaw, Indiana, because it's the medical device capital of the world, isn't it? Warsaw, Indiana. Warsaw, Indiana is the orthopedic capital of the world. It's where
Really?
It is.
All the joints are built there?
All the knees,
Yeah, all the ortho stuff.
All the
Really?
yeah.
That's
Zimmer,
cool. Made in
Biomat,
America,
DePuy. Yeah, exactly. Now, Brantley, what do you do for a living? Are you out fishing for crawfish all day? What do you do?
Bubba Gump.
What do you do, Brantley?
I've got my white boots on. I'm getting shrimp all the time. No, man, I sell insurance. It's boring, man. I'm an insurance salesman. Sell that kind of stuff.
And how did you two guys come up with a podcast? Just have you been friends and you decided, man, technology has it where we can kind of zoom each other in and talk about you guys talk about all types of various things, not just how cool my show is, but just, life in general. And how did you two figure this out?
We were just talking, man, one night and, just decided, hey, I want to do a podcast. We're coming out of COVID and podcasts are going crazy, but it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And Chad and I were just visiting one night and over Zoom, actually. I said, you know what, we ought to record this and then just see what happens. And so they just started doing that and putting it out. And here we are on Bubba the Love Sponge show, which is flat out insane.
Well,
we've made it to this, but thank you.
How many followers you guys have?
I think they have, what do you guys got? 130 subscribers on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, 130.
Something like that on YouTube.
Yeah,
we don't have very many yet, but hopefully we'll get a few more.
Hey,
Good content grows.
We're gonna keep promoting you, have you on from time to time, because as a special little project, you're like our little brothers, and we're big timers, and you guys are just starting out. And rather than to be, most big timers will big time the starter outers, and we want to help the starter outers, especially Chad being the encyclopedia Bubba that he is. I love that guy.
Absolutely. But Bubba, I'll tell you, I mean, Brantley is the kind of the pimp in the box. He's the dang Wizard of Oz that puts all this together. I just show up my little shed in the backyard. I've turned into a little studio.
I know
That's super important.
Chad, I know the brains behind the operation. I know you're like the Lummy. You're like the Lummy. Brantley's Bubba. He keeps it going, and then you just Lummy yourself in occasionally, look honky tonk.
Hey, we've got a third co-host that comes in, and that's JR the Handler. And he is Justin Moore's tour manager. And so he does a podcast.
Well, hold on now. We're not familiar with JR the Handler now, are we, Lummy? We need to see some JR the Handler action.
I like
here.
that name.
Yeah.
The Handler is legendary in country music. I mean, everybody knows JR. He is the man. But he comes in and helps us out, too. He's just been kind of coming on and doing it. And the next thing we know, we've done probably 8 or 9 shows together. And so he's the third. He's the trifecta there, and so we're still trying to figure this thing out. You know, we're just having fun right now, looking to add guests to the show at some point.
That's what you need. You got to get guests. And here's the deal, man. Don't be discouraged by slow growth. Just keep doing it. I mean, I know that neither one of you, are relying on it for your major income because there's not a lot of money to it on the podcasting and the YouTube deal at first. Eventually, you could get it to be worth, you can make $2 or $3 grand on it. You really could. So don't give up, and more importantly, consider it a hobby. And you guys are pretty, formatically good, and you guys work well off each other from what the shows that I've seen. And occasionally, you have my number. I need to probably give you my number, Chad. I think, did I text you my number or did I direct message you? I forget which one.
I don't have it. You
I'll get it to you.
And I'm not a social media guy.
No, but I'll get you my number. We'll keep in touch and let's have you on from time to time. You and I forgot about Brantley. Yeah, Brantley.
Man.
Once in a while. And all right, guys, listen, Bubba Army, go to the YouTube channel. It's Tiggs Bits. Is that what it is, Lummy? Is that what it is on the YouTube?
Yes.
Tiggs Bits, and then I'll take you to all the podcasting stuff and all that they do. And when's your guys' next show?
We're recording it as we speak, Bubba. It's becoming Thursday.
Oh, that's smart, Lummy. They're going to use this as a show, and I give them full permission. So there you go. You got my full permission to use this in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it was going to be the pre-show about the show, and then the after thoughts.
You guys use whatever part of this stupid show you guys want. You guys use it, cut it up, whatever the hell you need, okay?
Oh, what are you talking about, man? You're the rock of your radio, man, so I appreciate you having us on, man.
And we'll keep in touch, and Chad, I'll text you today, okay, guys?
Sounds good, buddy.
Appreciate you.
All right, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bubba Army, as well.
Thank you, buddy. Isn't that just so
That was cool.
That was awesome.
I mean,
that made their life. They were so excited.
And here's the deal, man. Bubba Army, go check their stuff out. Go sub. They're just a couple dudes, man. And Chad, of which one of them really, really is Bubba Army. Like Chad. I mean, I know Brantley. I know Brantley's. I know Brantley's Bubba Army. He started listening a week or two ago. But Chad.
But that's what we want. We want new listeners.
You can have Stockholm very quickly once you hear it.
And I'm not saying anything bad about Brantley. I'm so very appreciative. But Chad.
He's a P1.
That's super P1, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, thank you so much, Chad. Thank you. I mean, like, honest to God, you have no idea. Like, I wouldn't say I almost cried, but I was just like.
You were moved.
I was very moved in the fact that, man, here's a dude that really does understand my plight.
That's the thing. For years, when you and I have private discussions, you always say, no one gets it. Everyone thinks I'm the scumbag here. No one understands it.
And nobody really.
Just summarized it as perfectly as anyone I've heard summarize it.
And most of the Bubba Army know it too. But to have a guy that's got a small little platform and is trying to promote the show and gets the show is cool. Is super cool. Thank you, Chad.
Yeah, thank
Danny, you got to get going.
Yes.
And we'll put Jay in the big seat. So
Okay.
stand by.
Uncensored, unfiltered, unfettered.
Thanks for the info.
Uncensored, unfiltered, and unfettered. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
Topic is immigration. And just here recently, not only in federally is immigration a big hot button, but also on the state level. And so in our state, Florida, we've made the federal immigration laws even stiffer. Right? That's the way I understand it, correct? Like, the federal or the way the laws were prior in Florida to immigration have been drastically changed to be far more up your ass, gonna cause some problems, and it's scaring the migrant workers, all this additional paperwork that you're going to fill out and all these additional rules for employers, and it's scaring the immigrant workers, and the immigrant workers are leaving Florida at an alarming pace. And so we're like, well, are they really leaving? Well, then I just had validation. My good friend Richard Fabrizi, one of my very best friends in the world, who owns the largest roofing company in this area, Handyman Roofing. Like, it's the largest roofing company, residential roofing company in this area, by far, both counties, like everywhere.
Yeah.
Handyman Roofing. He lost 6 full-blown roofing crews of migrant workers that left Friday to head to Pennsylvania. I guess they all look at I don't know, maybe they collectively or somebody looks at the states that are most forgiving or most immigration friendly with how they want to be paid or treated or the paperwork they have to show to have a job, that Pennsylvania is the next best choice. So he lost 6 crews. And so it's my understanding that what everybody's afraid of and why everybody is leaving Florida is that they now are making if you're going to have migrant workers, there's an equation as to how many you can have. There's a additional couple electronic registration hoops you have to now jump through, not only as an employer, but as the migrant worker.
Well, you just have to show that you're allowed to be here. And it's businesses that have more than 25 employees have to do the E-Verify just to make sure that they are in the federal system.
So there are a lot of these companies probably don't do the E-Verify deal. They just, you show them some kind of flim-flam and paperwork and they let you work, right?
Most likely.
And
Because they can get in trouble for having a fake ID.
And this law was, I think, did it go through and it was signed?
Yes.
And so it's like that's the way that it is from this boom right now. That's the way it is.
Yes.
And a lot of people are have left, right? Now, is it mostly because the Hispanics or the immigrants can't understand the additional paperwork, or they don't want to fill that, or they know that they wouldn't qualify?
I think also it's a buzz. You know what I mean? Like, there was a buzz when Trump was president not to come across the border because you're going to be turned away. And then there was a buzz that when Biden got elected, the border was open, and all of a sudden the migration across the border intensified exponentially.
And Title 42.
Now the buzz is that it's not friendly for immigrants. No, illegal immigrants in America.
Correct. Well,
in Florida.
But what they're hearing and the way it's being reported is that it's all immigrants. When
Right.
it's just illegal immigrants, not legal immigrants.
Right. Well, they want to make it as inflammatory as possible.
But that scares the immigrants because they're
Right.
easily scared.
Right. Exactly. They are easily frightened.
They're easily frightened.
And they have 2 sources of news, just 2, Telemundo and Univision, and they have such distorted reporting of the facts that they're being lied to and manipulated as a monolithic group.
So, do you want to hear? And again, this is open for discussion. But there's nobody who has nobody else has come up with a system that has effectively made immigration not such a thing. I mean, immigration starts on the federal level, and that's a hot button right now, just even federally, as to breaking up families. Do you let them in? You're supposed to. Is there a quota of 30,000 a day? How many? Do you get a? Are we giving them entitlements? Are we giving them entitlements, and are they given court dates that are 5 years from now because the system is so backlogged that they're not going to show up in 5 years to rightfully plead their case for political asylum? As they have this temporary waiver, because that's what we give them, right? We give them like a temporary work permit,
and we'll see you in 3 to 5 years,
and we'll see you, and here's your court date. Well, I mean, please. And then the other thing is, migrant workers probably, they may be getting entitlements, but a lot of them are working illegally, Lummy, and they do not, participate in the tax code.
So they're taking and not giving.
Right. So that it's very much, a very unbalanced equation where you're giving somebody some money to come into your country that potentially is going to work and not pay taxes. Like, that is as bad as it gets, right?
Yeah.
And so I think this is this is how immigration should go. Here's the Bubba plan. And you guys, I think you may find it brilliant. If you don't like it, tell me how stupid I am. I got a little. I've broken it down into let them pay, let them in, let them work, let them buy, and that would be to implement a $200 entry fee into the country, $200. I'm sorry, but go and work in your country until you got $200 extra dollars, $200 per person, or maybe it's $200 per person over 16.
They're paying. Go ahead, Bubba.
They're paying.
No. What I'm saying is, right now, they're paying $2,500 to $10,000 per person to get to America.
I know.
To the cartels.
To the cartels.
Say you're gonna have a lot of
So
cartel
we're taking
insiders.
$200. We're giving the cartels $10,000.
All right, fine.
Lollipop.
Who cares? So it's $200 a person at Kids for Free.
212.
Like ladies' night.
So it's like soup plantation.
But
Ladies
like,
are free.
it's like, it's like.
Why do we make ladies free? Why
No,
do we just
no, because women are going to work. Because with this, with the $200 entry, with the $200 Kids for Free, adults only entry fee, you have to pay it $200 per adult. We also are going to we're going to do like a 20 or 22% federal sales tax. Now at that point, there's no way for them not to participate in the tax and into society and our tax code, and it doesn't matter whether you work under the table or not. You still have to buy durable goods, and you have some exempts on some categories of stuff like education doesn't have a sales tax, and maybe a medication, stuff like that. You have sales. Things that are exempt, but everything else, Dan's $9,000 10-speed, and my, I don't know, LUMMY, your whatever our $800 TVs, whatever, everything's 22% more.
It's kind of like the census. He wants to do a 23%.
All right, 23% flat sales tax. And nobody, listen, Mark Zuckerberg, Stephen Diaco, and every other rich guy that has, accountants that know that it just knows how to hide money and to not hide money, but to put money in certain places and use certain shelters in their benefit so that rich people, for the most part, don't pay as much of their tax as, middle income to higher income people who don't have the benefits of, very, very expensive accountants who go and get their, taxes done at H&R Block. Those guys, right? Just the average dude. A lot of people do their own taxes, right? It's easy enough, but not when you have all these things that you can tax deduct. Then things start getting expensive accounting wise. And, so the average person can't afford that, which means the rich aren't paying their fair share of taxes. But, a guy that buys a $60 million jet and he has a $1 zillion corporation and is, Jeff Bezos or all these people, Dan, at the end of the day, they really probably get quite aggressive with their business taxes and things like that. I don't really know how much taxes that, Facebook, Amazon, Google, the big Fortune, 50 guys really pay. I don't know what kind of taxes they pay.
But when you say their fair share, what is a fair share?
What do you mean?
Well, you just said if they pay their fair share of
23% of anything you buy. So if you want to buy a jet, well, I mean, whatever number it is. Yeah. I've seen Neil Borge used to say that it was 22%. Pick a number. Just
the problem with flat taxes, Bubba.
Have the economists look at what you would need to have the tax for us to take our budget and what it costs to run our country, right? And you could figure out what your budget is, and you could figure out what people buy, and you could probably rough in a percentage. Try to find that number, right? And I've heard that over the years, it's about 20 to 22%.
Well, currently now what they're trying to do is 23%.
People that know.
The fair tax would be 23%.
So, Dan, to answer your question is, the guy that doesn't buy a $60 million jet doesn't have to, but he's still rich, he doesn't really have to worry about it. He keeps more of his money because you keep all of your money. You don't have a federal income tax. There's no more federal income tax. It's just a flat sales tax on the things that you buy. That's the only thing you pay tax on. I mean, you still have your property taxes for land ownership and things like that. But,
But you would replace sales tax and income tax with a value-added tax like Europe.
No, you keep your sales tax. You keep your local sales tax.
So we get 7% plus your 22%.
Yeah.
Now we're paying 30%. So there's no real advantage no,
there is a real advantage. You do advantage to it because you have the ability to collect. The businesses that are taking that additional 22% or whatever, they already are collecting taxes. You're 7%. So they are in the custom of sending in.
So now it's 30%.
Well, no, if you have
7 plus 22.
20, if you're 20,
23.
Yeah.
So it's 30%.
Sure. Which is what 30% is what the baseline tax should be. If you take the upper income at 39%, right? Am I not right? Is that what the upper, isn't it 39%?
It's 39 plus, yeah.
Okay. And the lower percent of the people that
it's like 20.
I think it's 18 maybe.
Yeah, it's close to 20.
All right,
it's
so
18.
what's in the middle?
30.
30. And so that, at that point, people's, again, 30. And that's local and federal because you're going to pay your 7%. And there's some municipalities like there's some places.
But it would cap off at 30.
Well, I mean, no. I mean, people in New York, you have
No. But what you're proposing.
No, it could be higher than that.
He's saying Bubba's would, if he was president, it would be 23%. Let's say 23% national, and then whatever your local taxes.
Yeah, whatever your local taxes as well.
So if it's 730, if it was in New York.
But hold on. Now the immigrants cannot get away from that, can they? They buy food, they buy beer, they buy cars, they buy cell phones, they buy TVs, they buy trailers, and your rent would be 23% more too. Let's not forget that. They have to pay rent. I know it's scary. It's scary, but it's really not. I would save so much. I would save. You know how much money I would save because I don't buy anything. I don't really buy anything. I'm not really that extravagant. But Dan, on your end, it'd kill you. I mean, buying.
Yeah, you don't want to discourage people from moving their money.
$750,000 Ferraris. You're right. The downside to that, Anna, might be people get afraid to spend altogether.
Yeah, when you start holding on to your money, then problems happen in the economy too.
You know what? Then the rich people won't spend.
Correct, right. and the poor people can't spend.
And the poor people,
Sorry, not to unravel your whole deal.
Pretty much did though.
Sorry.
And again, Bubba, you're talking about.
You know what, Anna? I got to sit here and take it because you're right.
And Bubba, again, you were talking about charging them $200 when they're paying the cartel $10,000 to get here.
Yeah,
and so
maybe parts of my idea was.
Do you know what my idea is?
What?
Here's my idea for immigration. You secure all borders, north and south, and you continue to secure the coastal borders. People that have overstayed their visa, you track them down and you kick them the F out. And anyone that's not supposed to be here, you kick them the F out. And then we start spending money on people that are supposed to be here and not a bunch of freebies for all these ungrateful, unhelpful burdens on our society. And by the way, if you didn't have 5 million illegal people that just flowed across the border over the last 2.5 years, unemployment would be down to almost zero, and we'd be able to afford to pay a real wage to people picking strawberries instead of giving them $4 an hour and really taking advantage of them like they are slaves. So to give people dignity, pay them the appropriate amount to do the appropriate job, prioritize America, prioritize citizens, prioritize our defense and our borders and our financial stability, and start putting America back where it's supposed to be as the dominant, most sophisticated, and most ethical country in the world. Because right now, we are an embarrassment to ourselves and to human beings. And the people running this country have not put Americans as the priority for who they claim to be representing and protecting.
Where's the patriotic music when you need it? Jesus. Okay, I got it. Let me solve.
But again, we're more worried. We're more worried about offending 0.0001% of another world, and we don't prioritize anything going on here. We are screwed if we continue in this direction. We cannot substantiate this overwhelming flow of people into this country, of people that are uneducated, unsophisticated, unpatriotic. They're not producers. They're consumers, but they're not consumers like going out and buying a lot of stuff, from retail. They're consumers by sucking off of all
it's
the
more
resources.
Of a parasitic consumer.
Yeah, they're parasitic.
I don't want to call them that, but
they are.
Chill out,
They
man.
are. Get a job.
All right. Good. Can you shut up? Lummy, throw down a shut up for Dan. Shut up and chill out. Jesus God Almighty. Whoa. Chill out. You're really mad, aren't you?
It's irritating, Bubba. It's really irritating. And we...
Hold on. I just pulled his chain again. Hey, let me. Solvern Records, $20 on the PayPal.
Thank you.
No, I kind of share Dan's sentiments. I was on the Courtney Campbell yesterday coming home from brunch, and I saw two giant F-250s, 350s, whatever, with like giant Mexican flags. Not an American and Mexican flag, just a Mexican flag waving in the wind. And I was so outraged, I can't even tell you. I was just like, are you kidding me? You leave this horrific, corrupt country to come here and wave that flag? Get the hell out of here now!
Well,
and that's coming from an immigrant.
That was all during their protest of the illegal immigrant thing. They were waving all the flags that it came from.
Wait, what?
The illegal immigrant protest this weekend.
Oh, is that what?
They're protesting that they're here?
Yes.
What are they protesting?
It's a work stoppage.
Yeah, they're protesting with the Ron DeSantis thing.
Yep, they're just leaving.
Stop working
Who
for
cares?
$4 an
Go
hour.
home.
Well, who cares until all these construction projects take 2-3 more years?
Okay.
No, there's still construction guys that are here legally.
Okay. I mean, what are we going to do?
The illegal people are protesting the fact that we're calling them illegal people and saying that they actually should be working under real guidance and real supervision. But no. We're the bad people for saying that the people that aren't supposed to be here aren't supposed to be here.
That's how woke we've become. That we let the
We're
bad
not
guy
making enough accommodations for them.
Hold on. We've become so
After we
woke
let them in
that
and-
we let people reverse the heat.
Yeah.
We let the people reverse the heat on us.
Yeah.
Man, what a bunch of pussies.
I know.
We are so woke. And so that's why, you know why, Dan, that's why I don't even get all riled up about it, because I'm like, man, we are so far gone. There's no saving us. There's no one guy that's going.
There was, and they just castrated him and took his legs out.
I know.
And lied the entire time about it.
So I'm just saying.
The entire time. And you know what?
Saying they got 900 counts on that guy. That guy ain't going nowhere.
So wait. Why is no one pissed off that the CIA killed JFK? Why is nobody pissed off that Obama, Biden, and Clinton, Hillary Clinton, set up a false narrative and set up Trump from the day he started running throughout his entire presidency? How come no one's mad about Comey and Clapper and all those people specifically targeting innocent people, creating a false narrative and destroying their lives? Why is no one upset about the fact that we're sending billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine, but we can't control our own goddamn border?
His tools are a scalpel, saline, and silicone.
Am I here for a physical? Because I'm going to need a few cocktails before I start coughing for you fellas.
Let's talk to the greatest plastic surgeon known to man,
I'm a great source of this information.
Dr. Dan Diaco.
No one's pissed.
I like the other
I'd
one
be
better.
pissed.
Take that one out
I'm
of rotation.
pissed.
I don't like that one.
I'm pissed.
I know you are.
No one's pissed. Where's the outrage?
Hold on.
'Cause you don't see it.
I'm mad too, but it's just like I'm a realist where I'm like, man, we're over. It's over, man. It's over.
They don't talk about it, Dr. Dan. That's why.
It's over.
Why bother with broadcasting excellence when you can have broadcasting decadence instead? The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Welcome, everybody. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Tuesday, January 6th, 2022.
Or 2023.
Why the sigh?
No, I'm not sighing. I'm not
You're
sighing. Because,
you okay?
no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm
fine. No, I'm fine. Like,
that's what you said. That's your
fine.
girlfriend says right before she dumps you.
No,
I'm fine.
I'm not. No. I'm not fine. I mean, hold on. I am fine. But I don't have any type of issue. I mean, like my life, I might
is
bitch,
one big issue.
I might just be bitch. I might bitch and moan here and there, but realistically, I got it pretty damn good. I was just thinking this morning, like like when we get done doing the on the air, Anna, we have probably another couple hours of stuff that we have to do, maybe digitally, electronically, for the show. So it equals out to about 7-8 hours, which is cool, but not really too much thereafter. But Dan, and you can, like, Anna, you by afternoon you can do whatever you want. I mean, like, by
certainly
2-3 o'clock. I mean, the world's yours.
Yep.
And Lummy, your world's a little bit different. The fact that you're juggling a nearly 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And then me, you and I, you're so worried about me at all times that you can't even really relax. You're just always worried about me.
In case you text or call.
I mean, like, you're just, you can't even really enjoy life because you're just nervous about me at all times.
Yes, that is 100%.
Right. So I don't even know about your world. But Dan, I was thinking, Dan leaves here, and then he has to Ferrari it either over to the office and start looking at people, or he has to Ferrari it over to the surgery center and do surgery. And then after all of that, he has to go. Well, he goes to the law office later in the afternoon.
So I did that yesterday.
And he's also a dad, a husband, a coach, a brother, and my boyfriend. I mean, so just think about, damn, Dad, man.
I had a daddy until 10 o'clock last night.
Wait, because Conrad came over?
No.
Homework deal?
No.
Conrad go bye-bye.
Oh,
He's dead?
I think so.
Oh.
No, hold on. Not literally, like, not.
No, he's not like swimming with the fishes. He didn't do that. It's not the problem, but I think it's going to be like a breakup. Yeah, a soft breakup.
Really?
Yeah, they
Hold on.
I don't want to talk about it too much.
I don't want to
cancel the soft launch.
I don't want to talk about it too much either. But unfortunately, one of the uncomfortable things about being on this show is that you have to be a little. You're going to be a little transparent. Not all shows make their co-hosts, like, we can't,
their lives out onto this.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of, right? I mean, Anna, isn't that kind of our thing?
Yeah, it's strange when thousands of people know when I start my period. Yes, that's weird.
Yeah, exactly. Hundreds of thousands of people know how weird you are, know your hang-ups.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, and you know what?
They ask me how Gus is doing. I'm like, what?
You, though.
But here's the deal.
Yeah, I know it's bizarre.
And like, everybody knows about Lummy's world, and everybody knows about my world, and we're starting, with the first, people know Rhett likes big black girls. I mean, right?
Although he did switch it up and go vanilla this time.
Yeah, supposedly he's got a new one, and we kind of know a little bit about that. And all about my drama that I'm having, oddly enough, as I wear his with my son, and all of my nonsense and necessary.
Bless.
And who's that?
Dang it. You tricked me.
Who did?
He wanted me to say God bless, and so I did.
Anna, you can under sneezing
circumstances.
That's right.
Okay.
It's just a reaction.
I forgot.
Don't you? I
thought he tricked me.
I had your back, sister, when we were making the rules.
You're right.
I was like, just reactionarily, she may just say it, and it's, she doesn't even know what she's saying. She just says it. Like, that's not a true GB.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Only true, yeah, exactly. So, Dan, you got to know that being on the show, we pry open your life a little bit, and sometimes it hurts, Dan. Sometimes you get heat for it. But, that's just the cost of doing business if you want to be a big-time superstar like you are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dan, you are a superstar. I mean, all the kids on the team found out that you're on the radio, and they started listening, and then their parents started listening.
Donating money.
It's pretty cool, Dan. I mean, Dan.
Organically growing.
I mean, you being on the air certainly helps your brand and helps your ego, and is really probably somewhat therapeutic for you.
Not necessarily in that order, but probably therapeutic.
Dan, hold on. You got your own T-shirt that you're. I mean, Look, come on now. I mean, you can't tell me that, yes, and because of the transparency, Dan, you build a cult-like following that will enable us to do things like merchandise and things like that. So, but with that, the scab of that, or the hurtful part of that, is sometimes we have to, kind of talk about some stuff in your life that you probably rather not talk about. So in order to be the transparent superstar that I've created, please realize that we have to talk a little bit about this, just a little bit. And I want to be respectful about it because I don't want to get any heat from the family, both families, or Romina. So I want to be respectful about it, but talk about it as much as we can respectfully.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
May I start with the first question?
Yes, I guess. Dan, may she start?
I guess, sure.
Who initiated it?
Hold on, Dan. You're the one, when we were just going through how we were doing, you're the one that brought said subject matter up. So, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so, like, you can't get mad at us for digging.
I'm not.
Right. Like, if you hadn't said a word, we wouldn't know nothing.
Nope.
Right?
And you know Bubba well enough to know that he wouldn't just skirt over it.
Yeah.
Parenting till 10.
When you knew that when you threw that Connor maybe bye that I just wasn't going to go, shucks, let's go into commercials and talk about. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. I have no idea what we're going to talk about next, as Dan just told me that there's trouble in paradise with a 15 and a 16-year-old, one of which lives in his home respectfully.
Yeah, the lines smell blood.
And is female.
You know,
and we've discussed this. We've nurtured this relationship a little bit on the air, have we not? I mean, we have publicly talked about Conrad and Sophia. We have.
They're supposed to come onto the radio today.
Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, that was your. And by the way,
that was their idea.
Their idea
Last week.
So I don't want to.
While I was planning this frickin' New York trip.
So hold on now. We can really go hard in the paint now, Danny, and the fact that, you know what? I need to know why they canceled, for today's appearance. So that being said, you're going to have to tell me.
Okay.
Like, they got themselves into this. If they didn't schedule themselves to be on my show and didn't break up the night before, well, then I wouldn't have anything to talk about now, right? Because they weren't supposed to be on my show. Well, they're supposed to be here. Dan's telling me that that appearance may not happen because of potentially a breakup last night?
Yes. So
now, were you, as the dad, were you dealing with a crying teenager?
No, surprisingly not.
Did she initiate it?
No. He wanted to
Dan
meet her.
did. Dan put Conrad, Sophia himself, and Romina and the parents all on a group text and just said, I want to let you know it's Dr. Dan here and I'm calling this relationship off. It's over. Don't you two talk to each other at all, or Sophia, you get in trouble.
I picked him up and had a drive with him and made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Oh, no, hold on.
No, I didn't do that.
Kidding.
So what happened was he dispatched Sophia to Clearwater Beach. Right. Exactly. Like, are you kidding me?
Hold on.
So Romina.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, there's some stuff we got to unpack there.
Thank you. Hold on. I was just in the middle of drinking
that was
a
not
monster.
clear at all.
So Dan, we got to backfill a little bit. All right, okay. One, and let me just ask the questions here. Is he currently vacationing or hanging out in Clearwater Beach?
His mom had to do something in that general vicinity yesterday.
Right. And so he calls Sophia and says, come on over to Clearwater Beach with us?
No, I want to talk to you. And they planned on talking like at sunset on Clearwater Beach, which is weird.
Oh, hold on. I want to talk to you. So I want to talk to you means that there's been problems with brewing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why does he have to? If you're going to break up with me, or I'm going to break up with you, why do I got to go to Clearwater Beach to do it?
Yeah, that's like 45 minutes to an hour.
It was a 52-minute drive for Romina.
Can I hold on, Danny. Can I ask? Is that a question that you may have potentially asked? Well, when Romina tells you, when you find out,
takes a second.
I don't want to. We're done.
Or just wait till you get back in town.
Yeah. Bye.
So.
By the way, two families, altering vacations because of these two kids.
Right. By the way, you guys had plans to maybe join his family
right.
for like a Yankees game on Saturday or Sunday.
Well, that's gonna be awkward.
Right.
Anyways, go on.
Families are getting in, so you two kids are dating, and the families are, starting to kind of like each other and hang out, and for your two's little puppy love relationship, we'll commingle a little bit to make it, a little cooler. For the whole deal. And boom, this break. Now, so did he break up with her?
Well, he's got a really busy summer. He's going to be out of town a lot. He's doing some camps, like for a crew. He's going up to Annapolis. She's going to be out of town for a little bit. They're both really, kind of doing different things. And they say they want to be friends. And there's no angst. There's no anger. There's no fight.
It's just sort of, he was just trying to be a really, like, he was so nice in his relationship. He's nice in a breakup. They still are talking about going to New York. She still wants to be friends with him. I had a couple of metaphors. I talked about, tearing off a Band-Aid fast versus slowly. I talked about how sometimes when I've broken up with girls, I just kind of want one more date with them, just to sort of like let the
well, Dan, shut up. That's why you can. But,
but she's a little Dan.
Dan, she wasn't like the way you were at Gainesville and circa 90 whatever the hell, running through sorority bitches, and then you go out with them one more time because but I'm just saying, like, that's her and her 15-year-old little puppy love breakup is not the same as you and your University of Florida experience, right?
No, absolutely not. And I also told her that, she's going to run through guys. She's going to break up with dozens of guys.
Yeah.
She's going to tell dozens of guys no, that no one marries the first girl that they meet unless they live in rural Alabama.
Yeah, but what do you think I've been telling my son the entire time?
He should have.
I mean, for real.
He should have gone back to the other one.
Well, just should be, he should be don't be tied down on one girl when you're 21 years old, trying to be a pro racer. You just need to worry about yourself and go city to city and look for some crickets.
Because they are there chirping away.
Yeah. Johnny Lockdown when you're 21 years old. Stop, man. Are you an idiot? Are you an idiot?
So did Romina just have to wait?
Unless you're rural Alabama, then you're right. Then you marry your high school sweetheart. Other than that, man, there's a lot of trying on to do. Right?
Yeah, you gotta go to the fitting room. You gotta try on that blouse.
You just don't wear one shirt all your life.
No.
Right? Hell no. A lot of different things. So
good selection there.
But at the end of the day, listen, if I was to be kind of to throw maybe Conrad a little bit of a bone, as mad as everybody is at him right now, in the fact that rather than to break up text electronically, like 99% of, maybe doing it face to face is a more manly, admirable thing. Like that's more, like that's way more like being a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, hey, listen, you know what? I wanted to do it face to face and not just over some, smartphone, electronically, just be words. I wanted you to see me, and I wanted to tell you, as a man, face to face, that I think we should probably just be friends, take the summer off a little bit. You're traveling, I'm traveling, and we, maybe we got it all wrong. That's the coolest guy in the whole room right there.
He is super nice. I mean, he was super nice during the whole, relationship. They were always going to like nice places and doing nice things and not like sneaking around and like, the back of the gymnasium or behind the bleachers.
Right.
And so, he's the separation is as sweet as the bond.
Right.
So it's hard to get upset. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to New York now. I'm going to let Sophia make the decision today and then, adjust my plans accordingly.
Now, you were supposed to go, the wheole entire family to New York?
Yeah, Friday to Sunday.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
This upcoming weekend?
Hold on, Danny. You know
like in 3 days.
How much it's going to cost? Whew, God, I can't imagine the cost. I can't. Anna, can you imagine?
Oh, I can certainly imagine it.
And do you fly first class or do you guys fly
No, there's no.
5-star accommodations downtown Manhattan? Like, where were you staying?
We were going to stay, and we still may stay at the the Hyatt Axis, I think it's called. It's right in Times Square.
Right in Times Square. Yeah.
Mm. It wasn't super expensive.
Well,
Miami rooms are way more expensive.
Hold on.
It's not expensive for you.
Yeah, it's not expensive. What, $800 a night?
No, like 4.
Yeah, but with one room?
Yeah.
You're
I'm gonna pile in like we're Korean.
Oh, okay, whatever. You're not either. You have 2 adjoining
The
willies.
hell I would. No, Bubba. We're talking about a situation where she and he may be there. So I'm gonna have separate rooms. So that's theoretically, who knows? No. Under my thumb.
All right.
Under my thumb.
Saying, man, you and Romina having your own room and the kids having their own room would be far more comfortable for me than to be all 4 piled in like some Jamaicans getting smuggled across the border.
Days.
It's just 2 nights, and I got a big room. And
right,
so,
sure.
For New York, it's like 150 square feet.
Yeah. So hold on. Now, if you cancel, do you get some of that money back? Or
I didn't lock in the hotel room for her, but the flights I got to deal with. So JetBlue, I don't know how cool they are about refunds.
They'll give you probably a voucher
Great.
use
I
that
got
a lot.
so many vouchers that I don't use.
Dan's got so many vouchers from canceled flights that he can't even
can't find them.
Hold on, I bet you they're expired.
Yeah.
I guarantee you because you only have a 1 year to use them.
I know. It's
You only have,
BS. So
I
the last time
guarantee you.
Spirit dumped me, I got that. That
Got a
flight.
voucher?
I didn't get nothing from that. I wasn't able to use it. American Airlines, I just had to cancel a flight to Miami from a couple weeks ago. I can't even find that thing. I have no idea how,
All right,
how
you
to
know what
access
hell's
it.
going on.
And then I got this now JetBlue 4 flights. So, whatever.
JetBlue, they used to be 3 years.
So, but hold on now. So, Dan, so at this point, does she get back she goes over there and they have this little discussion.
And Romina's just like waiting.
Is Romina just waiting in the car? Well, she is waiting.
Driving around.
She's waiting. I mean, let's
trying
not,
to find a parking
not
spot.
think that she's got a 72 Pinto. She's got a 2024 Cadillac $156,000 Escalade.
Yeah, but she's got like parking garage-ophobia.
Well, but it's also Clearwater Beach. It's a little busy right now.
Yeah, I mean, so he dumps her off
Especially
on Pier
during
6.
sunset.
He do Pier 60 and
It's Pier 60.
and then
It
hold
is
on,
Pier 60.
and then Romina's just supposed to drive around until like she's the cellular lot at the airport.
I said go to the hotel, go to one of the hotels, and exactly. So go to one of the hotels, park your car,
Jesus.
have a glass of wine, and see if you can spy on them.
Oh, okay. So
right. That's
how,
the way I
how,
answered it.
how-
I mean, is that what you would do?
that's
Right.
fair.
I mean, I thought that was
how long does the ordeal last?
75 minutes.
What?
I know.
An hour and 15
So
minutes.
she
of
circled
breakup?
Clearwater Beach for an hour and a half?
I think she finally dumped the car someplace and then got out and was looking at him. So that wasn't the important
After 15
detail
minutes,
of the
man,
message.
after 15 minutes, I am walking my fat ass out to the middle of the beach and saying, load up, buddy, or whatever, my son or my daughter, let's done. Get done
but
what
I
you guys
think they
need
wanted
to
to
be done.
watch the beautiful sunset, which didn't
Jesus.
go down until about 8:30.
Man,
So
you guys have lost control.
In a breakup?
of a
Not
parent.
really.
I know it's weird. A
Dan, I
romantic
thought,
breakup.
I thought you guys were good parents, man. Letting these kids push you all around.
Well,
Come on,
I
man.
I sat home and
Whatever. Don't tell me
did
nothing
whatever.
about what you did. So
Shined the light on all my
75
deal.
minutes of poor
Through the
Romina
bastard
acting
trip.
like she's an Uber on Mandalay Avenue. And so
Hold on. It took her an hour to get there. Then she had to drive around for 75 minutes and then drive an hour back.
About 45 minutes home. Yeah.
He should have given you some gas money.
So what time did she finally get home? Sophia and Romina.
9:40.
You and little Danny hanging out or what?
Yeah.
Okay. So 9:40.
Mm-hmm.
And there's who do you have? Now, are you texting Romina during this time as to get a little bit of updates?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so you're getting updates.
They weren't real, they weren't real, dramatic or informative or anything like that. And so,
Did you pick up the phone and call her?
No, I did not. I'm like, anything? She goes, heading home. Well, they broke up, but they are in good terms. I have mixed feelings about going to New York.
That's her?
She said that's Romina.
Yeah, bingo. If Romina has mixed feelings about going to New York, that's all you need on her to cancel the trip. See, if Romina was still wanting to go to New York, then you maybe could get a little heat. But Mama's already called the trip off. No New York, buddy.
Hey, hold on
Pew.
a second. This Conrad kid couldn't wait 1 week.
That doesn't make sense either. I know. I agree.
Why right before you're going to go to New York? You nice kid.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Jackass.
maybe his
messed up everyone's
parents,
trip.
his parents should have said something to him.
They bought the tickets to the game too. So again, who knows?
That's
No, no, screw them. Stiff them with the tickets. Make them go sell them on the streets.
I smell like Danny investigates.
Yeah, like Danny, do not go to New York. You're not my boyfriend anymore if you go to New York, you bitch. Be a man and say,
Sophia,
we're not going to New York. And then,
paid for it
Dan, you already got double insulation Romina backing on this.
Yeah,
Nobody
she's
already
not sure what
paid
to
for
do either.
flight.
But
So
here's the thing.
I'm saying, like, if you were the bad guy calling the whole trip and everybody else wanted to go, but you got Romina backing, bitch, that's like you boss hog. Trip's over. No more, no trips for anybody. We're gonna enjoy this weekend. I'm gonna save $10,000.
So
Hold on, Anna. Let me go ahead and put it in those terms. I'm saving $10,000. I guarantee that's exactly what it costs.
If you can salvage the tickets, then I probably wouldn't go. But if you can't, then I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just saying. As soon as you get up there, man, taking out to dinner at $550, $600.
And it's not like it's going to be hard for them to sell the Yankee tickets. I mean, they're playing the Red Sox.
Exactly, Danny.
You can probably make a profit
one night
on
you
it.
guys are going to go to dinner. Hey, maybe I think his family's affluent, so one night he'll pick up the tab, and next night then you got to pick up the tab. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, like, how many people? I mean,
4 plus is 3 or 4.
yeah, so 8 dinner for
$1,000 all day
at
long.
Smith and Lewinsky's or
Oh,
whatever place.
more than that.
Yeah.
Especially in Manhattan.
$2,000.
And they're wine drinkers, right?
Oh, they're big wine drinkers.
Oh, Christ.
They're $300-$400 a bottle.
All right.
Man,
Atlantis Part 2, Dan.
If I was you, Dan, I'd be sending Conrad a couple hundo on the backside for helping me out on this one, buddy.
I'm so irritated.
So anyway.
So I don't know what to do. But the nice thing is that Sophia was like melancholy, but not like crying or anything. She wasn't, she was pretty stoic, I thought.
Well, she's got your genes in. I mean, she's
I'd have
tough.
been a mess.
She's tough. That's true. I've seen some of that.
I'd have been all over myself.
Dan,
I've been inconsolable.
Dan and his breakups.
My first girlfriend.
You listen. You know what, man? I'm not trying to
My
tell on you,
99th girlfriend.
but I have seen you break up. I have before Romina. I watched you date about 3 or 4 different chicks before.
I know. I always have
before
tough times on
Romina.
the breakup.
And Dan was always, man, just tore up.
Yeah.
They would break up with you?
Me and Jim. No, it was
circumstances.
Whatever. Yeah. Let's just say that. There's just circumstances. What's that? When people get divorced, irrevocable differences or whatever.
Irreconcilable differences.
There we go. Can we say that, Dan? Can we say that?
Irreconcilable differences.
And man, all of us, me, Steve, Jay, and Jimmy, we all had to gather the wagons around to try to keep Dan from not jumping off the bridge and just being an absolute basket
Were there
case.
tears, Bubba?
I'm not gonna say that about it. I'm not gonna call him.
I get upset though. I get really depressed over breakups.
Yeah. So
So I understand. So I totally understand. She's melancholy, but she's not like hysterical. And it's her first boyfriend. It was 2.5 months. I think she still thinks there's like some hope.
Yeah.
Which is
and maybe
futile.
I just can't believe, man. Like how I don't want you to get mad at me or nothing, but like, if he broke up with her, thinking, man, dude, there's not a lot much about, like, that's pretty damn good. Like, that's a pretty hot chick you got there.
Yeah, I think
comes from a pretty damn good family. I don't know if you're gonna get better than this, my man.
Yeah, but he wasn't. I don't think he was getting any nookie. So you can go find some nookie in Hillsborough High.
Anna, will you please validate that I did not say that?
No, you did not.
And that in any one shape, type, or form have I ever insinuated we were going in that direction?
No.
No.
Damn. Why would you assume that?
He dated a senior or a 17-year-old already before. So,
Yeah, so
17-year-olds are giving Cheeto fingers to the world. So
I see.
And so
15-year-olds aren't.
And
It's a
Sophia,
difference.
Sophia's been taught quite well. Like there's some girls from Pasco at 15 that are kicked it out wide. You know what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's not ones on South Bay Shore.
Right. You hope not.
You dated a senior before her?
A 17-year-old.
Yeah.
When he was 15 or 14?
Yeah, at 15.
Oh, you know what,
This guy's
Dan?
kind of a pimp.
Listen, I as shocking as what you said, that's true though. That's the deal. That's what's
That's
going
probably
on.
what it is.
Yeah.
I know. If I was in that
and
position,
nobody wants to talk about it. Like nobody wants, but that's what's going on, and
which
that's
is fine with me.
That's what I was getting ready. Which I was getting ready to
my
say.
daughter was too good.
No, hold on. What I was getting ready to
Goody
say is
two-shoes.
like it's almost a testament to Sophia and how strong she is, and how strong-willed she is, and how properly raised she is, and how she's actually listening to her parents. Because you as parents can say, "Listen, I don't want you being sexually active. I don't want you doing it. I mean, promise me you won't." Like blah blah blah, and then they get in the heat of the moment, man, and it's tough for all human beings to shut it down. Right? Especially when you're going through puberty, you're just all these receptors are firing, and he's taught, he's goading you into maybe, come on now, if you really like me, you'll really, all the
Right, every
mind
lie
game.
coming off his
Right,
tongue.
because
Yeah,
we're dudes.
Right.
Because we're guys and we know what we say. We would say something like, you know what, you don't really love me unless you would do this for me. I thought we loved each other. Yeah, just some absolute bull crap
It's like
nonsense.
Paradise by the
Dashboard
lights.
We're
Exactly.
just telling you exactly what you want to hear.
Forever.
Yeah. That's all we're saying. Like we're just telling all we have. We have such a raging heart on that it takes over. It literally takes over your incomplete
brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you become an animal. You no longer are human with civility and culture.
You're like you're in the jungle.
You become a lion.
Yeah. And you just say
I was
things.
listening to a podcast and this guy described like the male sex drive when they're adolescents and in their 20s like this. Like you're driving and there's like a 3-year-old and every 2 minutes it's like, are we there yet? Can we have sex yet? Can we have sex yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Like every 3 minutes.
Right. It's all you have on your mind.
Yeah.
And like when you're 14, 15 and your receptors are really firing, man, you're masturbating literally
12 times a day.
Maybe not Lummy, 12.
Jesus.
Skin off of it.
Lummy, 12.
Come on, dude.
No wonder it's so
I
small.
was born in summer, yeah. It's not growing.
It's like an old pencil.
I mean, you took 2 inches off your penis just in teenage masturbation.
Yeah, it's like an old
My
pencil.
Lord, you would be 7 inches had you not masturbated so much, buddy.
Yeah, that's probably true.
We'll whittle it down.
So, like when you're 14, 15, you're masturbating at least 4 to 6 times a day. When you're taking that morning shower, you get one, and then I'm not going to go ahead and go through my get one routine at 14 years old. Please, it might be a little problem.
It's aggressive.
So anyway, but that guy's going through this, and he's dated older girls, and he's
more experienced,
or probably got some. And Sophia's like, that ain't happening. Maybe just some kissing and stuff. That's it. And he's just going crazy. Right, Dan? Thinking, using every one of his little games he thinks he can, because he's smooth-ass Conrad, so he got some game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
taking her to nicer dinners than I'm taking Romina.
Sophia Vazikowski, who's our goalie, Lummy?
Oh, Vasilevsky?
Yeah, nothing's getting by her, buddy. She's a great goalie. Every one of his advances she's blocking and did. And that frustrated him. And he wanted to, go have the rest of the summer to go find that girl from Hillsborough High, like you said.
Right.
And so the best thing that could have happened. For real.
Do you feel relieved?
She's still a little young, to be doing that kind of thing. And
am I relieved?
Yeah.
I mean, I am. I am relieved a little bit. I mean, at least as a boyfriend, he was kind of, so overly nice that he wasn't,
It was a great first experience.
I told her, I'm like, listen, most guys aren't that nice.
Right. So
most guys aren't that generous, and most guys aren't going to take you to that nice of restaurants and do those nice things.
It was a great first experience. You couldn't have planned it any better. She got treated like a lady.
Right.
She went to some good restaurants and did some nice stuff. And then when it was time to progress into, things, she said no, and he said, I'm out. Which is not a big deal. She's whatever. She didn't want to be tied down all summer with him, having to check in. He's at camp. She's at camp. How you doing? Hell no. Just want to be able to do your own thing. So anyway, Dan, are you okay? Is the family
I'm
okay?
fine.
Is Romina okay?
She's okay.
No, it's just the New York caper.
Everyone was, just disappointed that we felt badly. I was really worried for Sophia.
What did little Danny say?
He had nothing. He has no idea.
I left my fifthing buddy.
What's that?
I left my fifthing buddy.
I lost my fifthing buddy. Let me put yourself down for a pop, buddy.
It's a sign. The end times are here. Ultra-powerful hurricanes, tsunamis, massive earthquakes, and Bubba the Love Sponge.
Sorry.
Lummy, that was pretty funny.
Thank you, Bubba.
He saved you a lot of money if you don't go.
Will Wilson, 25 on the cash app. Thank you, Will Wilson.
Yeah, Dan, who wants to be? And then you're going to miss most of them. Then you're going to miss Monday's show.
Well, I missed Monday's show.
You told me you were going to miss Monday's show.
Never said that. Never said that.
You have to get the red eye back from the
there was a Monday, buddy. Don't get fucking stiff with me, bitch.
I'm not getting
There was a
stiff.
Monday that you told me that Jay was going to come in early and you were going to have to leave early or something.
That was this Friday.
Oh, this Friday.
That was this Friday, yes, sir.
Okay, so then there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Monday I was always planning on coming in.
Oh, okay.
So
so you won't have to maybe miss the show Friday if you.
won't have to miss half of Friday. We'll see.
Well, I almost fell over. I knew the New York trip had caused some type of disruption in your service.
It sort of just pressured, I guess, events to unfold, which I wish they had unfolded 2 weeks ago before I got the fucking place.
Or 2 weeks later.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
What's wrong?
I keep dropping my protein bar.
Got Butterfingers.
He's mad. He wants to throw something. Just hit Lummy, Dan.
Yeah, you can hit me. Oh,
that was harder than I thought it was going to be. Sorry.
I didn't expect you to actually hit me.
Wow, that's...
Ow!
Dan!
He rolled over. I thought you were going to give me like a little tap.
I meant to.
I thought...
I got lost in the black.
He got lost in the
Hold on. Hold on. What is going on?
I couldn't judge from a distance. You were closer than I thought.
Hold on.
I meant to
He's
pull
so
up.
upset he has no depth perception.
Oh my God, Dan, you are really good. What's wrong with you?
Sorry, Lum.
That was...
Gordy, little whippersnapper bird.
I mean, Dan, that was aggressive.
Oh, shit.
It sounded louder than it was.
It sounded louder than it was.
Dan, that was like...
The sonic boom.
That was...
There's a sonic boom effect.
That was wrong.
You told me to do it.
I didn't really mean for it.
How do I know?
Good thing you didn't try to do a fake punch in my face.
We are the only show that can talk about nothing. The use of all Bubba-isms is prohibited without the express written consent of Bubba the Love Sponge.
This is not staged. It's not nothing. It's very scientific.
Not in a killing mood.
Right.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Dan, maybe publicly a little apology to Lummy. Maybe a lot of people aren't.
sorry,
a lot of people in terrestrial radio land and stuff that aren't privy to the hot mic probably don't understand what we're talking about right now. Lummy, you like to describe how you were accosted, like almost beat. Just go ahead, Lummy.
I was sitting here minding my own business, doing some stuff on the computer, and I heard you say, make a joke.
Right, you heard me in a joking fashion.
And, yeah, Dan, he's like, I want to hit something. And you're like, oh, just hit Lummy. That's a joke. Next thing I know,
Dan just goes, I'm so mad.
Yeah.
Like he threw his headphones down or something, and Anna said, like, what, are you okay? And then I'm like, Dan, are you okay? And he's just like, I'm just so frustrated and mad. And so then I just, like as a joke, said, hit Lummy.
And I'm just over here,
being Lummy.
Yeah. And next thing you know, I hear wheels coming over, and Dan just rears back and takes his knuckles right into my arm without me expecting it.
Okay, well, so, I mean, man.
I never thought Dr. Dan would do that to me.
He did. Nice, nice description too. How that went down. How'd it go? Say it again. It's not the guy that's doing the Hindenburg.
I'm just sitting over here, do, and I hear Dr. Dan just roll over, rears back, and hits me as hard as he can, and he has really bony knuckles.
Yeah.
And my arm just it went numb for a second.
It had some bass on it.
I mean, it did so
It was
much.
a deep thud. I heard.
We heard it back here.
So much, I mean, it was so much that I can't see you guys, and I heard it. I'm like, Dan. I feel like I got kids here. I'm like, Dan.
Are they scrambling F-16s here?
Then he was like, well, Dan.
You told me to hit him. The most educated man in the world, a plastic surgeon, a lawyer, a doctor, a husband, a boyfriend. I mean, like everything. And he goes, well, like Vinnie Barbarino from Welcome Back, Carter. Right? Like that's the intellect that he's showing by this reaction. And his reaction where they're saying, oh my God, that one got I'm so sorry. Lummy, oh my God. He goes, well, you told me to.
Well, in Dan's defense, there's been times where I've quote hit Lummy, and you go, "That's not hard enough, do it for real."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know.
You never know what you're gonna get with
Dan's
you.
a grown man.
That's also
Dan's
true.
a grown man, and he should know that I don't want him. At least with his intellect level, should know that I really don't want him to hit him. And then two, if he did, he just got him in there and gave him a little bro tap.
I meant to.
Or three, just whatever. Well, I'm not hitting Lummy. But no, Dan goes in like the savage that he is, tomahawk, practically, hammer fist you.
And using the momentum of the chair to come in with it too.
This $400 shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
He really put his hips into it too.
I got my hips into it.
I saw the rotation.
So anyway,
dang.
Dan hit.
I
Dan
misjudged
hit Lummy.
distance
Dan
because
hit Lummy, and so Dan at this time you probably need as a man,
I'm sorry, Lummy. I misjudged the distance. The black shirt. I didn't know where your arm started and the shirt stopped.
It has your face on it.
Yeah, but it was your arm I was looking at. All I saw was a black arm, and it was
the
black
ring
and
light,
dark.
the brightest of the ring light.
I got disoriented.
Lummy's response is
like the Great Gatsby.
is your face on it? We should just take the one-liners that come out of your hole, Lummy, and just have a special on that. Just the little one-liners that come out of your little hole over there. Oh, Lummy, some after-hours trading. My Valparaiso buddy, fellow Hoosier, John Costica, $100 yesterday in the middle of the afternoon, just because he's the man. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. That's how we kind of do things. Unless you want to go over to Kick and get a subscription, you can do that too.
T-shirt will 25 on the Cash App.
So, Lummy, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And do I need to give you like a chest slap retaliation?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean let Lummy do something to you?
No, I can't.
Oh, I like that. See, that's being a man right there.
Trying to be just.
Dan apologized, and then he said, "Lummy, if you want to lay one in on me, go ahead." And so, Lummy,
gotta be careful.
Lummy, what do you mean? What do you mean you can't?
He's a doctor and a lawyer.
I know, but
if he messes up, no one's getting breast aug for a week.
Lummy, do like a Ric Flair, like 50%er. Do you want me to you
spud it, right? That's
no, you don't want to spud him.
Don't spud him.
No,
but give him like
give
him like a Ric Flair, like a Ric Flair upper right, chest slap. Have him stick his chest out there and just give him like a kind of a Paul White, half speed Willie.
You mean backhand or front hand?
Just poof, like not backhand because that's harder to judge.
Yeah,
just a straight front chop.
Okay,
and maybe cup your hand.
My bare chest.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me get my camera out.
Bare chest?
I mean, sure.
Doing this.
I think
Is it a handprint deal?
I think you deserve a handprint, and a handprint's hard, but it's not gonna kill you. And let me don't be a pussy and not leave a hand because he said leave a hand, kid.
Oh, he's so tan.
Yeah, well, that should make it
He's tan Dan.
That should even make it easier for you to lay a nice print in there because he's not white. He's got very much a contrasting color here. So you got to put him in his chair so we can see it.
Is that what it is? Like get back in the chair.
Look at your monitors, Lummy.
Okay, hold on a second.
So we got the most.
I got a little delay.
Okay, Lummy, I do want to watch this as this is happening live here. Hold on here. Now, Lum. I'd first kind of gauge it. Like I just kind of would gauge it. Don't lay one in. Just kind of like you know how golfers do a practice swing.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, hold on. Let me no. Yeah, like right there. But let me right.
Oh God.
Now, Dan.
Oh,
Dan,
he's pretending to punch his penis.
You need to put your hands on. No, let me not yet. You need to keep your hands on the armrests and keep your chin up and just take it like a man.
Okay.
Okay, Lummy. And at your leisure, Lummy. Hold on, let me stop. If I can't see a hand imprint, Lummy, then you take one.
Oof.
Then you take one from me as hard as I can. So you just got just enough to lay a hand imprint. He's your buddy.
Woo! Let me see.
That might not have been too bad. Is there gonna be a
handprint?
It's red.
Let me see. Let me see. I think everybody's trying to cover Lummy's ass. I don't know.
I see the redness. I see fingers. Oh my hand, he's so hard.
Okay, that sounded weird, but
his chest is so hard.
Okay, there you go. Better.
Is the red coming out, Dan? I mean, I can see it.
Discoloration.
I can see it.
I tried to go 55.
Is Dan a beast or what? Him and I are the same age. You think I'd be sitting there with my shirt off like that?
No.
I look like a little bitch.
He's flexing the whole time.
No, Dan works out like twice a year.
Yeah,
I worked out last night.
God. You are absolutely a beast, a specimen, if you will. Lummy, good job.
Thank you.
See now we're even.
Yes,
right.
We're even.
Fair.
I am shaking a little bit though.
Cut for nerves.
For nerves that I was going to do it too hard to Dr. Dan and not do it hard enough, so I got one.
So, but I think you did it. I think you did it just right, buddy.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
Thank you.
I don't know if it was a pop. I don't know if I give you another pop on that. But certainly. When I was in fifth grade.
For a fifth grade.
When I was in fifth grade, if a girl like this, can I tell you that? This is gonna blow your mind that I even know her name, because she was only in our school for 1 year. You know how, Lummy, you go to the school your entire, like I went to my entire life, I was with Larry Plummer.
Yes.
Larry Plummer was in my elementary school. Larry Plummer was in my middle school. Larry Plummer was in my high school. So I completely went to school with Larry Plummer. You probably have a few of those. Ani, did you have any of those? Like where you completely went to school?
Most of my friends.
So there you go. Yeah. It's not uncommon to have that.
No.
And so like
we would, as guys, we would say like, hey man. And so I can remember the girl, and she only was here for 1 year. So I didn't go to school with her for 10 years, or like there were some girls I went to school with 10 years that were kind of hot, like the Cindy Cormany, Michelle Thompson, like Lori Howard, Jill Bolesky, Carrie Gast, those Julie Bernal, Lummy, the girl, she listens to the show now.
Yeah,
she was considered a Warsaw hot chick. Yeah, like Michelle Sabo, Dana Holler, Jen Brown. Look, those are all the
Jim
hot,
Brown,
Jennifer Brown.
Oh.
So anyway, there was this girl in my 5th grade year, and her name was Danielle Forcelli. And she only went to school there to our small little Madison school for 1 year. But I mean, Anna, she rolled in there looking like, that dark-haired news reporter that we saw yesterday?
Yeah.
That was just so stunning.
Mm-hmm.
So, here, how you first day of school and you know everybody. Like you may see 1 or 2 new kids who parents moved in, to the district, but there's 95% of everybody that you saw last year's in. So we're in 4th grade. There's no Danielle Forcelli. Then our first day, I was with my school teacher's name is Mrs. Ward.
Mm-hmm.
She was old and mean and wore tennis shoes and a skirt. Yeah, Mrs. Ward. Whew. So anyway, Larry comes. Danielle Forcelli, she's not in my homeroom. She's just in 5th grade. So there was three homerooms: Mr. Digitano, Mr. Moeller, and Mrs. Ward. Well, Danielle Forcelli was in Mr. Moeller's homeroom. So you would never, unless I was in her same math class or same like that, like I'd never really get to see her except in the hallway. So Larry is in my class. He goes, supposedly there's this new chick. She just moved in. Her name's Danielle. And Kevin Bixler says that she's unbelievable, but I haven't seen her yet. So like the first day of school, Anna, we already got notice that there's a new hottie. And she had these big jugs, and she had dark hair, and she was skinny, and had a super nice ass.
And was, how old are you at this point?
5th grade.
Oh.
10, right? 10,
nice
11?
Ass in 5th grade.
I mean, oh yeah, man. You're like, man, look at that. Man, look at those T's. And so you're saying in 5th grade you might have been one of those look at those T girls?
I don't think you understand.
Me and Larry go, hey man, did you see Anna Hummel's T?
No. I don't think you understand. I didn't look like a woman when I was 11.
You said you had big boobs and in 5th grade.
Have you ever seen an awkwardly large-chested child? That's what it feels like when you're starting to go through puberty. It's not like all of a sudden, boom, you look like Sofia Vergara with a nice ass and huge T's. You're kind of fat still. You got pudginess.
Man, not Danielle.
Braces.
Not Danielle Forcelli.
Heavy.
She rolled in there, looked like a dark-haired Farrah Fawcett.
Big boobs, but refused to wear a bra. That was me because I was in denial.
Bubba, we had it good because we had chapel on Wednesdays, so all the girls had to wear a little Catholic schoolgirl skirts.
But here's the thing, man. None of the teachers cared about those girls. They're all sizing you boys up.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, did you go to Catholic private school?
No, not Catholic.
Oh,
Christian.
okay.
Yeah, no.
Christian.
No, they still rape girls there too.
Christians rape girls. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Like normal
so
people.
you guys go to chapel on Wednesdays. Now, I'm talking 5th grade. I'm talking 5th grade.
Too,
I want to make sure that everybody.
Dress code, yeah.
I want to make sure everybody knows that as we're talking about specifically when we were in 5th grade. Okay. So, Lummy, you're in 5th grade.
Oh yeah.
I mean, are you talking to your Larry Plummer about hey man, did you see Michelle Thompson's tees today?
Yeah, they had to wear the button down, but a lot of girls always.
And then the guys would be like, hey Larry, do you think she stuffs?
Yep.
And like, you think she and like girls that had big boobs on it? We didn't know if they were real or they were stuffing.
Oh man.
So then we'd try to go up on recess and actually grab the boob.
Yeah, or
elbow it, or get into some type of situation where you could get some type of feeling on that boob and see if it was toilet paper or flesh.
Yep. Especially during recess. It made it a lot easier.
Yeah, like, if you're playing tag and stuff, you try to like just, gingerly kind of tackle her or something like that, and then you try to get in like man, we were modern day rapers back then.
Yeah, sounds like
well,
it.
I mean, I'm sure that's what kids do nowadays.
No, but in 7th grade, I remember you could actually grab a girl's butt.
Oh.
Like you could actually go grab her butt. And they'd be like, "Oh, stop!" You'd literally go. They have was it Gloria Vanderbilt and what were the other Calvin Klein? Weren't those the two big? I'm talking about in the 80s here.
Yeah.
And the girls had there were two different types of jeans to wear, either Calvin Klein or Gloria Vanderbilt, I think. And you'd be like, man, she's got a pair of. Did you see Cindy Cormany today? That ass. Then you'd sometimes want to just get a grab in. You just grab it. I don't think you can even do that in today's. I don't think
things were different in my honors core classes.
I didn't have that swagger back then to do that. I was a little.
And then let me if you'd have a girlfriend, me and Larry Plummer, we weren't quite cool enough because there were some 5th graders and 6th graders that were dating.
Yeah.
And you'd be real, but man, and the most you could really do was just make out.
In 5th grade, you were making out?
No. Very few were making out, but there were a couple.
I didn't know
anybody. There were a couple girls and then a couple of the 5th grade girls would date a 6th grade guy.
Yeah, that would happen. And a lot of that happened at the rolling rink.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened at the rolling
rink.
You get dropped off for a couple hours.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, Anna. You don't understand. So your mom and dad, you could hang out at one of 3 places, either the high school football game, if it was in the fall. You'd go to the football game, and then after.
As a 11-year-old?
Yeah.
You get dropped off at stuff like that.
No, we're talking about
extracurricular school stuff.
Well, if you're 11, you're not in high school, so who's dropping you off at the high school?
Well, if you're 11 and you're close enough to middle school, you would still go to the high school games. I did that a lot.
Exactly.
No, I did not.
And then, then they had a place to hang out, the Pizza King was conveniently right across the street from the high school. So you go over to the Pizza King, and
at
they
11, you were allowed to go places by yourself.
And they had a game room, and you'd play Miss Pac-Man and.
When they wouldn't let you hang out under the bleachers with all the older kids, they had to kick you over to the pizza place.
Right.
Oh, I had a chaperone everywhere I went until I was 13.
Yeah, and we got dropped off at the arcade. That was my.
Yeah.
We had an arcade.
By 7th grade, man. By 7th grade, Anna, you're 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. It's probably a little advanced to be making out, but there was some making out, and then in 7th grade, that's where it really opened up. If you were a Clark Charlton or one of these real popular guys, then you'd have a girlfriend, and I think you were making out and maybe getting some Cheeto fingers.
Oh my God! I remember the first time I saw people making out, I was horrified.
I think in 7th grade,
it's this is inappropriate.
Back when I was growing up, 79, 80, you could Cheetos a girl on the fan bus going to the Mishawaka game.
What?
You could Cheetos her. You could
I
get
never
full
even
blown.
went on the school bus.
You could get full blown Cheetos.
I think my parents would let me get on a bus with other disgusting kids.
That's what your mom and dad dropped you off at the school.
Dropped me off, picked me
and
up.
Then you got on then you got on a bus, and there was all your friends on the bus, and girls, and the girls they were in packs, and us dudes were in packs, and then we were just all we cared about. We didn't care about that football game. Even though we were on the football team, we are all just trying to just get grab ass and make out, and just our loins are so we're only on that bus for our loins.
Yeah.
So Anna, did you ever get an opportunity to actually rely on school transportation?
No. You never had to ride
never
the bus?
once.
I remember my mother
saying, and you
saying,
weren't the spoiled kid.
Man.
I remember my mother saying there's no seatbelts on the bus, so you can't go.
Oh, God forbid.
I did go on school field trips, and that was my only interaction with school transport.
I feel like taking a dingy school bus is kind of like working your first fast food job. It just builds character.
You probably did.
Wow.
The world will never know.
You never,
no
ever rode a bus.
Well, here's the thing.
See, a bus, man.
Well, there's a few things here.
Riding a public bus on it kind of builds, it builds that grit that today's kids don't have. Because there was a whole ecosystem on the bus.
Right. Well, there was no way my parents were going to let me go anywhere as an elementary school kid without, parents' eyes on me.
Well, hold on. But like Bubba said, when you go to the football games, that would give you a little bit also being by yourself, hanging out with your friends. But there was teachers on the bus or chaperones.
What do you mean going to you mean travel with the team or just go to a home game?
No. You'd travel with the team. The team bus would be the front bus. And then they'd have 5 or 6 fan buses that were full of kids.
Oh, they never offered that.
Oh yeah,
when I was in high school.
That's Indiana,
You'd
man.
have to take yourself.
Yeah, they did that here.
So I'm me and Larry are in 7th grade, and the Warsaw varsity football team, which are 10, 11, and 12th graders, LUMMY, they're playing Mishawaka. It's about an hour drive up there. And so if you want to, they have, you would go to the school and they'd have like these, it costs like, I don't know, like they'd charge you like $1. I guess it was probably for fuel or whatever, but they would charge like $1.
Yeah.
No, it was like $5, but that included the game ticket too, because you had to buy a ticket.
They give you a little wristband deal.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd just be on the bus and you'd pack up in little groups of your friends and talk. And, we didn't have there was no phones. There was no, handheld games. You would just hang out and talk.
I'm sure that was a lot of
and
fun.
And try to get ass. And try to get Cheeto fingers.
No.
Yeah.
Missed that whole experience.
Did you know girls that were offering Cheeto fingers? And like when
it was rare because you have to understand like the type of kids that I was in classes with were not like your standard run of the mill. Like it was packed full of Jews and Asians, so it was a little bit different. But there was one girl.
You're saying us white guys are different than the Jews
in my
and the
school,
Asians?
but we were like nerds, so we weren't really sexually experienced for our age.
See, I think that you might be dancing more towards my side.
But there were some sluts, and I remember a girl telling me like she was 15. She was telling me like not to have anal sex. She's like, you won't be able to poop for 3 days.
Well, now hold on.
And I am just looking at her like
it's
trying to be cool.
far more advanced than any of us even thought.
I was trying to be cool. I hadn't even held a guy's hand.
We were just
telling
trying to
me
get
about anal sex.
Yes, we were just trying to get Cheetos fingers. There was anal sex wasn't until after graduation.
Well, this girl was a hoe, and she has like 6 kids by different dads.
Oh, okay.
So do the
right.
math.
That's
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Oh, and ours, it was kind of around 10th, 11th grade that they started talking about it because girls wanted to stay.
Yeah.
Virgin.
So like Anna, here was like the sexual, like for aggressively attractive, cool people. Here's
Tell me what it was like, because I have no idea.
No, hold on. I wasn't. I'm not trying to tell you right now that I was in that group because I didn't get laid until my senior year. So I was like, I wasn't in this group. So here's the way I got it figured, Lummy. For the real popular, really good-looking dudes and the good-looking chicks,
Yeah.
Because it's just all based on how hot you are. I mean, Lummy, if you could probably go over to that 300-pound girl who hasn't brushed her teeth in 3 months, that smells and maybe get something off of her. But I'm talking about the Lori Howards, the Danielle Forcellis, the top hotties, 10. Right?
Yeah.
Not that you're ever even going to get one of those, but
I was thinking.
So in 5th and 6th grade, Anna, you're making out. This is for the cool kids.
Oh my God.
This is for the hot cool kids during my generation.
I'm playing with ponies, by the way. At this point,
right? You're playing.
I'm playing with plastic.
At
ponies.
this point, I'll tell you in Warsaw, Indiana, what the hot, super, hot, good-looking, popular kids are doing.
Because I have no reference point.
And
for
then you can chime in what you are doing.
Sure.
5th and 6th grade, the people that I'm speaking of, they were making at least French kissing.
Okay. I was collecting Beanie Babies, so.
You're okay.
Yep, TY.
And then 7th and 8th grade, now you're French kissing and you're getting your boobs grabbed and you're letting your boyfriend maybe outside the jeans touch your vagina.
In 8th grade.
In 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah, I'm in band playing the French horn at Disneyland.
Okay, and Lummy, are you with me so far? Like,
yes.
are you
with the mouse?
Does your cool people match my Warsaw, Indiana cool people?
Going to the movies, things like that.
Yeah, this is the Lori Howards and the Clark Charltons and and Rich Caldwells and the real hot people. Dana Hollers, Jill Boleskis, those ones. Julia Bernal. So then in 9th and 10th, you might be getting. You might have old girl, learning a particular skill set. Finally, she's on offense. There you go.
Yeah.
In 9th and 10th grade, the girl, you might get oral as a guy. You might get some oral. That's when oral is usually introduced.
Sounds right.
9 and 10. What were you doing on at 9 and 10?
A lot of like math homework.
Right.
Yeah.
And then 11 and 12 is all about that's when you're intercoursing.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's when you are full blown, like, honest to God, once a day. As soon as you get home, if you can get over to her house before her parents get home, you're getting one in, and you might be getting one in
the car ride home.
Like when Larry was dating Tanya, he would, our senior year, he'd come pick me up, then I'd have to drive, and he'd blast Tanya in the back.
No, I was
wonder why I became such a voyeur, Lummy.
Exactly.
Seriously,
Larry Plummer's the one who started it.
Larry Plummer started my sickness. Larry Plummer is start. You know what? It's all Larry Plummer's fault. Why all the sexual stuff that I've gotten in trouble for. He's like, hey, listen, we have to go pick up Tanya. Him and Tanya had been dating for 2 years, and they're like having sex every day. Larry's a junior, and like he's having sex every day, like 3-4 times a day, as a junior and a senior. And I'm Larry's best friend, so I'm usually with him, so I'm seeing a lot of it. Or I'm the lookout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of sucks being the lookout. Well, I guess I was with Hogan too. I'll be in my office,
brother.
Man,
it's all. You just figured it out. It's Larry Plummer's.
We kind of just all put it together now, didn't we?
It's Larry's fault.
It's all Larry's fault.
Everything.
Yeah, no.
I've lost millions and made millions because of Larry Plummer.
So he owes you now.
Yeah, so Honor the Cool Kids, they were, a lot. Like I would say on the average, like I knew a girl, a really hot girl. I'm not going to mention her name, but she was one of the really super hot Warsaw, Indiana girls. She was probably she's one of the girls that I've mentioned in the bunch of all the names that I've mentioned. She's one of those. So like, she's one of the hottest chicks ever in Warsaw. And I got to be good friends with her. Late as an adult, we became Facebook friends and talked a little bit. And she was like, I know her boyfriend, and he was one of those guys, one of those super hot, cool guys, and they were dating, and they were having sex 3 times a day. He would pick her up. He would pick her up. They'd blast, and they would blast like right after school, and then they would blast like at night at 7 or 8 before he went home. Larry the same way. Then on the weekends, man, it was just straight blasted.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
No
his girlfriend's the one that had the pool, right? Where they blasted.
No, that was Uncle. No, we had to go to my uncle's place. Uncle Jerry had the pool, so we had to involve another family. Hey, Uncle Jerry, can we use your pool at night?
I think you told that story one time, right?
Yeah.
They were in the pool and you were just kind of there.
With the goggles on.
I had the goggles. All right, but guys,
that's one of my favorites.
It all fits together now. It all makes sense.
Yeah, but that's what we were all doing when we were,
No, it's not. No.
Sorry.
The hot, cool people were doing that. Lummy, I was just trying to get some ass. I only got maybe 2 or 3 pieces of ass my senior year.
As a fellow hot, cool person, I can also confirm that, most of my shenanigans started 7th, 8th grade.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it probably started with French kissing, right? And booby grabbing.
Yep. Cheeto fingers.
Cheeto fingers isn't until
Cheeto fingers was that summer going into 8th grade. For me.
Oh, you're a little accelerated. Most times, Cheeto. Yeah, you're right. Cheeto fingers.
Dude, I was like 25 by the time that stuff was happening to me.
Well, you also didn't ride the bus, so
yeah.
Rhett rode the bus.
We all rode the bus, and the bus was
missed out on some real world experience, Anna.
Sure did.
See, Anna, here's the deal. And the thing about it is, you learned most of this stuff from the bus.
Yeah, your boys that either learned it from someone else.
Yeah,
or the loud ass kids in the back who were telling everybody else about it.
Yeah, you don't understand, Anna. That's how we learned things in life is on the bus, because the older generation was on the bus, and they would be telling us younger kids, first of all, you had to survive on the bus, and you had to know your role. So, if you're a 4th and 5th little punk ass kid, man, you're not going to the back of the bus with us cool 6th and 7th graders. Get the hell out of here, kid. But so when you're in 3rd and 4th grade and you're riding a bus, Anna, you got to sit at the front of the bus and just keep your mouth shut, because the big 6th graders in the back will whip your ass.
Yep.
Then eventually, the pecking order is by 4th grade, you're kind of the middle of the bus. And then by the time you're in 5th and 6th grade, you're in a complete back of the bus. And you run the whole show. There's 2.
It's funny. So you were fighting for the back of the bus.
Yeah. So hold on.
Rosa Parks is crying right now.
And so then the cool, tough guys, kids, and hot chicks were on the back of the bus. And then the nerds and the kids that were afraid of getting beat up by us bigger guys were in the front of the
All
bus.
the French horn players were up there.
Yeah. We didn't let any band guys in the back. Yeah,
Right.
You had to be an athlete or super cool.
They'd have that big ass case they had to bring home every day.
Right. We'd make fun of that guy.
Yeah.
Never had any room at all.
We'd make fun of trumpet guy and make fun of trombone guy. Be like, hey man, why don't you throw that thing on the luggage carrier on top, nerd boy? Why don't you blow us a tune or something? Can you play your song? Can you play a little song for us?
I didn't even have interactions with kids like that.
Because you never.
Everyone in my orbit was kind of like me.
Everybody, but see, you needed to be dealing with the rougher kids to rib you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Anna, you awkward-looking bitch, why don't you go ahead and blow us a tune on that French horn there, braces girl?
Mm-hmm.
And see,
that did happen though.
And then you went home and cried.
Oh, yeah.
And then your mom said you don't have to ride the bus anymore.
Well, it happened with a carpool deal where there was a teacher who taught 6th grade at the local middle school, and he would pick up a bunch of kids on his way over there. And I was one of the kids, and I was tormented in his car for like 2 years, but I didn't tell anybody. And then when it finally came out, my parents pulled me out, and they just started taking me themselves.
Carpool Willie. That ain't nothing.
I always had to
to
ride middle, and I was the biggest person in the car with my French horn. It was so humiliating.
But Lummy, isn't that how it worked for you, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
The cooler, tougher kids, older. The cooler, tougher, older kids were in the back.
Yep.
And
farther away from supervision and everything, so you can get away with stuff.
Right, and you're doing stuff back there, Anna. Like you're talking to girls about snapping their bra straps.
Oh my god!
And you're like, trying to grab their boobs.
No.
But you are. And
I know you are.
And they're like, stop. And you're just all over them. I mean, Lummy, that's how it was with me, at least.
Oh yeah.
Not me. Like I couldn't do the grabbing.
No, I mean watching.
Only the cool guys could do the grabbing. I couldn't start grabbing ass until like 9th, 10th grade. And I had to be like on, the younger girls.
Yeah, exactly. 7th and 8th. 9th.
Yeah. When I was a 9th grader, man, I was trying to pick up 8th graders.
Actually, that's how my first girl was 8th, and she was in 7th grade.
And you were in what, 12th?
No, I was in 8th.
Why bother with broadcasting excellence when you can have broadcasting decadence instead? The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Trying to stay on the radio and stay relevant. Make me some money digitally, kid. Hello?
Hey, SpongeBob, what's up?
Who's this?
I'm just trying to take care of some business here. I've been hearing about all this stuff this morning, and
you know who this is, don't you?
You've been doing good, SpongeBob. It's fine.
Sounds like is it Hootie? Is this Hootie?
No, this isn't Hootie.
No.
Hootie, Hootie. He really.
All right, what do you want? Who is this, and what do you want?
What do I want, Bubba? I'm just talking to you, brother. With all this stuff that's going on with them, we don't gotta worry about Bubba. God's got our back, and whoever you believe, whatever you don't, don't worry about none of it, Bubba. It's all gonna come to fruition. Your dreams, it's all coming back, brother. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. God gave me a message to give you, Bubba. He said, Bubba, you let it go. I know your stepfather died, and God gave him Jesus, and Bubba's going to be all right. You're going to be back on $2-3 million contract.
I hope you're right, my friend. Those Percocets are great at 8 in the morning, aren't they?
I know it.
Good talking to you.
Bye. Crazy.
Those hydrocodones at 7:30 kick your ass, don't they, kid?
Sure do.
Hello.
Bubba.
Yeah.
It's Trucker Bob.
Hi, Trucker Bob.
Hey, the thing with the machine with the drug paraphernalia, you're totally right. I used to be a heroin addict. We need to make it harder for people to do drugs, not easier. And part of that report, they were talking about how people were getting all the stuff out of the machine and they were selling the various components for crack money.
Right.
And that's what will happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past those model neighborhoods to not break into the machine and clear it out.
You don't even have to break in. Everything's free.
Yeah.
So the minute the person, the guy fills it up, he walks away. The crackheads are right there. They get all the stuff out right on the spot.
Or hold on, or some bad guy with a gun has a crew, and he has his boys waiting. As soon as that guy who filled it, leaves. They're strapped, and they got the boxes, and they go get everything out of there, and then they leave, and the crackheads ain't going to do nothing to those guys because they're strapped.
It's probably true.
Let me ask this guy a question.
We need to make it harder, yeah.
How did you kick the needle?
This is the guy that used to cook wasn't it?
I got clean through the Salvation Army.
What was the impetus?
Rehab.
Like, you're doing heroin on the streets, and then what is step one? What happened? What's the catalyst?
Well, and how long ago?
This was February 8th, 2016. I entered the Salvation Army in Orlando. I used to be on TV in Orlando, believe it or not.
Okay, that's great. I want to go back to your heroin use. All right, so how did you? Why did you walk in to get help? What happened?
I'm trying to answer.
All right, go ahead. So
I was facing actual homelessness. I had used up every couch, every person's spare bedroom. I had burned every conceivable bridge, and I was like literally going to be sleeping that night on this sidewalk. And I met a guy in a heroin dealer's apartment, and he mentioned the Salvation Army. He said they will give you a bed, they'll give you a job to do, and they'll get you off drugs.
So hold on, buddy. Huh. So you're you're how old at this point?
I'm 49 at this point.
Okay, so you're 49 years old, and you just now. What was your? Again, I love your story, and I'd like to hear it all. And the fact that what was your first hit of crack that got you addicted?
It was heroin, I think.
I mean, of heroin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, my first drug use was when I was 14 smoking pot. But the first time I got onto heroin through
prescription
doing
pad.
pain pills.
Yeah.
I got an injury. A doctor gave me a prescription for, oxys, and I used that up. I was able to convince him to give me another prescription, and then I was addicted. I was buying them on the street. And then I made the decision that every single pill addict makes, which is I could spend $30 per pill, or I could spend $10 for a bag of heroin that gets me 5 times higher. So it's just it's an economic decision. Really.
And so 80 to 90% of people that OD from heroin or narcotics on the street, it started with a prescription pad.
Right. It
started with pain pills. It started with the injury, and the doctor prescribed some pain pills, and it escalated.
Right. Now, how old? Yep. So, how old were you? When you first hurt got an injury and started the pain pill regimen.
Well, that was in my 30s. I mean, so this when I was decades.
You were a pill chaser for 10 years.
At least.
Yeah. So, and that's living life where you're
a heroin addict.
Yeah. So how many years of pill chasing did you go before you're like, screw it, I'm going to go right to the heroin?
Oh, it was years, 8-10 years of pill chasing, and then it just finally got my tolerance was so high, and I was spending so much on pills. And now keep in mind, I was also smoking meth, I was smoking crack. I mean, I was doing a lot of other drugs. And
he had a TT99 regimen and a morning regimen, it sounds like.
I had an all-day regimen.
No, but hold on now. Were you through your 20s and 30s, were you successful? Were you a regular dude? Or have you always been a screw-up?
I used to work at Channel 9 in Orlando. I was the traffic reporter on the Channel 9 morning show.
Oh, okay. You're on a regular television station, was a regular personality, the traffic guy on camera.
Yes. Yes.
And how long did you do that for?
For 10 years.
All right, for 10 years. And did that pay enough to make a living?
Depends on what you call a living. It didn't pay very much, but I got arrested for possession of crack. That was on the front page of the Orlando Sentinel.
But hold on. Is that why you are still a TV personality?
I am not. No. I got out of that business. Go ahead.
I mean, were you ever on crack and doing drugs while you're on TV?
Every single day.
So every day you're on TV, while they're looking up and seeing this guy, this cool dude, all dressed up, maybe. They don't know that literally as soon as he gets in his car and to go home, he's going to fire up a crack pipe.
Well, I had it kind of worked out to where I would only smoke crack on Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday I would kind of sleep, and I would kind of get myself. And then after a while, that starts creeping into where you maybe do it on Thursday, and then before you know it, you're
it's
doing
every
it
day.
every day.
Did any of your coworkers, or were you perfectly, you could function while being on crack?
That's what I was going to ask.
I wasn't really on crack at work. It was more after, but I was certainly had come down.
Happy hour
a couple
crack.
of Xannies, a little quarter bar of Xanny.
Right.
So none of your coworkers knew about it?
So nobody, would you say that nobody at work really knew?
When you were super excited about traffic all of a sudden?
Hey, let me tell you about the bogged down on I-4. I-4 is a 3-hour gridlock, and you should be real cool about it.
Jesus.
How hard can traffic be in Orlando, though? It's always bad.
Yeah, I mean, traffic in Orlando is always the same. I-4 is locked up, going in both directions.
Yes.
The Jongyang
408
Parkway,
is horrible.
408's horrible. Jongyang Parkway sucks, and getting out to the airport sucks.
Correct.
You can be so high and do that.
Yeah, I mean, a monkey on crack can do it, and did. So anyway, you
absolutely.
So you get off TV, and at that point, your ego probably like, man, I'm off TV now. I'm not, that was because there's a little bit of celebrity with that. I'm sure a couple people at Applebee's recognized you here and there.
Absolutely.
You may
minor celebrity.
You might have even got some ass off the deal. Susie Homemaker.
When I was a single man, I got ass all the time from it.
From being the traffic guy on Channel 9. So then you go to heroin, and how long are you on heroin?
Well, it started with the pills, and keep in mind a lot of this, the exact time periods kind of bleed together, and it's hard to remember exactly the amount of time, but it was years.
Did you ever have sex to get drugs?
Yeah, did you ever do sexual stuff for drugs?
Did I ever do sexual stuff to get drugs? No, I never did that. Like, was I a prostitute to get drugs?
Yeah, I mean,
that's the question.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, there's
why is that such an outrageous question to ask? You're an addict on the street.
No, but hold on. I mean,
it's not outrageous.
It's not outrageous. I mean, there's been instances where a guy will have to go, hey, listen, you got to, SMD in order to get this crack rock.
Right.
Well, that's a long-forming stereotype a lot of these addicts are trying to beat, is that they have to do
Thanks,
favors.
Johnny, voice of reason over there with the ginger kicker.
No,
Appreciate
there's
it.
a lot of addicts. There's a lot of addicts doing very bad things to get drugs. No doubt.
All right, so here you are, and are you at the point? You're not even probably smoking heroin or snorting it. You're probably mainlining it, like right to the vein.
Well, I started off snorting heroin, and then I went to shooting heroin.
Yeah. Now, how and what's the difference as far as how it affects your body, the snorting versus the shooting up?
Well, I mean, I hate to make it sound like it's great, but it's pretty freaking great. Anyone who's done it knows. Obviously, it's good, but it's also the devil. I mean, it's
I don't even have any desire to try it because I'm cool with what the little popsicle stand of recreational drugs that I do is nothing maybe a little weed with a gummy kicker, maybe a little pill here and there. Maybe some mushrooms, but I mean,
what about pain pills? But you know about pain pills.
But I don't take them. I have I have usually 10 to 15 Percocets that have been prescribed to me that I always have on
Keep
deck.
for special occasions.
No, that I use specifically on it if I have a kidney stone attack.
Oh, okay.
So if I have a kidney stone, which happens about once every 2 years, and if I take like 2 or 3 of them, I can usually get through it and I can pass it. But I mean, I got enough willpower. Like if most addicts had 15 Percocets in their, they couldn't get to them.
You can't hold on to that,
I can literally save. I can have 15 Percocets in my medicine drawer and not touch them until I need them.
That's a flex.
Yeah, I mean,
that's good. Yeah, that's good.
I have no.
I
like the way they. I mean, I like the way they make me feel. I could see where if I wanted to take them, I could. But I have that willpower at least. To not. I don't need to get any higher than I already get, and the way I get high isn't that big of a deal. But I mean, I would never
touch the needle.
Never.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
Never. I would never.
I kind of want to try. Obviously, I'm curious.
And when you say that it's unbelievable.
Because obviously people sell their kids for this stuff. It's got to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you say if you say it now, and isn't the first time always like the most
always chasing that high?
You never get that high again.
Yeah, the first time you inject heroin, you throw up, which you would think people wouldn't want to do that, but yeah, it's never quite that good. You're always, and that's true of all drugs. You're always trying to get back to the first feeling, and you can never.
Now, has there ever been a guy that had enough willpower to say, you know what, I'm going to try heroin just one time because
you just do it on Christmas,
and you say, yeah, I'm going to do it one time.
Just on your birthday?
No, I'm just going to do it one time in my life, just so I can say I did it.
Just to see what the hype is about.
Yeah,
I mean, people are ruining their lives for this stuff.
Yeah, I know.
It's gotta be good.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Me too, but I kind of want to try it.
I'm not trying it.
No,
I'm not gonna
try it.
I'm not.
Seriously,
bitch, I'm not gonna do heroin. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm curious.
She's just verbally showing off right now.
Yeah, I'm just
All right,
verbally
gotcha.
showing off.
Yeah,
All right.
don't-
So anyway,
very bad.
you're actually at a heroin dealer's, drugged in, and some guy sees how strung out you are, who's a fellow heroin guy, and he's like, "Hey, I heard down at the YMCA or the Salvation Army or whatever
Salvation Army
that they have a program that really." So you really took the initiative, and that when you finally make that commitment to walk to to go to that Salvation Army and to open up the door and sit with a counselor, that's pretty heroic, because you could have just said, "Screw it, I'm just going to keep, shooting up until I die."
That's pretty bad when your addict friend is like, "You need help."
I mean, but that's very admirable. And how long have you been clean?
Since February 8th, 2016.
Oh, okay. So I mean, you are. I mean,
7
wow,
years.
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
They saved my life. They are saving people's lives every day. And if anyone, I mean, not to, be all Salvation Army on you, but they really are sent from God. I believe it. And they are saving lives every day. And it's free rehab. I mean, if you're listening to me right now and you need to get off drugs, call the Salvation Army. It's the Adult Rehabilitation Center. They have a guy who's the intake counselor. Just ask for him. They're used to getting calls from drug addicts, and they will save your life, and they will get you off drugs.
And it's free, right?
For free.
Now,
Not only that, they will give you money. They give you get a gratuity every Friday. They hand you $7, so you have a couple of dollars in your pocket so you can get a soda out of the soda machine.
So,
they give you money.
Now, but how can they prove that you're not using?
Well, they're going to drug test you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to drug you, and you get breathalyzed every time you walk in the building. You have to blow into the.
So I mean, you really got to be. You just can't game the system. You got to be clean. Like you've got to be clean.
When you show up, if you have opiates in your system, first you're going to have to go to detox. So that's the first step, and then because you got to you have to be able to work.
How bad? Now, how bad is they send you to detox, and it's probably not a detox that you can.
Horrible.
That you can just walk out of because you're rich. I mean, you're probably locked in there, aren't you?
The one in there's one in downtown Orlando that's pretty horrible. I went to one years before when I tried to get clean unsuccessfully. That was like a rich person rehab, and they, monitor your blood pressure and give you Suboxones and kind of help with the effects of withdrawal. But the one that's paid for by, I guess, the city of Orlando is not quite that cushy. Withdrawal sucks. Kicking sucks, but it's something that
but what I'm saying is, once you go there, they don't, and like say after 2 days, you're like, I gotta get out of here. They probably don't let you out, do they?
Well, you're not locked in. You could leave, but then once you do that, you can't just change your mind and come right back. I think it's like a 30-day turnaround thing, where if you walk out, you can't try again for 30 days. So I was ready to get clean. I wanted to get clean, and if you don't want to get clean, no one can get you clean. You have to want to.
That's true.
Because you can't lock people in a room and stop them from doing drugs. The second you open the lock, they'll go do drugs again.
Right.
So you have to want to get clean within yourself.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're really not dedicated into doing it, then it's not going to work.
Correct.
Well, you know what? Congratulations, bud, and you are probably it's probably a very refreshful exception, and it just goes to show you that there are some people that really get on this stuff bad and man up, for lack of a better term, do the right thing and are able to recover. All too often, the percentages are not in the favor of you, the guys who get through it.
No, it's very, very small. I think even the Salvation Army's success rate is like 2%, and that's high. I mean, it's very low.
Yeah.
I know so many guys who are dead, so many guys in prison. Yeah, it's really a shame. And bro, I listen to you every day. I love you.
Well,
is it mostly men? Would you say?
Without you guys.
Is it mostly men that do heroin?
Well,
I know
no,
women
definitely
can
not.
be addicts, but like if we were to break it down, would you say it's mostly men?
Yeah, more than half men, but I don't know what the exact percentage is. Lummy could look it up, but there's plenty of women addicts.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I mean, were there women addicts in rehab as well?
No, Salvation Army is men only. I think they have a female program in Tampa, but it's men. You can't have men and women together because then
then they're
in order
blasting.
to really get clean,
Right.
it has to be single. It has to be single.
Next thing
sex.
you know,
have to-
you're blasting the hell out of her in the
Correct.
kitchen, and it just leads to a bunch of
and then you're doing drugs together.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, you got to take that out of the
All right,
equation.
hey, listen, man, I appreciate you listening to us daily, like you said, bud. We really do.
Love you, brother.
All right, buddy. Good talking to you.
Take
Well, I mean, I'm way behind, but I have a new merchandise idea. I started to get into it, and then I got so fragmented. But I talked about the straw hat, the new Bubba Army straw hat. But I got 2 more pieces of merchandise. One of which I have. The manufacturer sent me the very first one,
nice,
so I can show you. The other, I didn't order that many. I think I only ordered 30 of them, maybe 40. But they're going to get here on Monday, so we'll probably start selling them online Monday.
I'm excited to get my Bubba Army penis pump as well.
Deliciously disgusting.
You're absolutely right.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Nowhere near the rare air at the top of the heap.
I mean, we know what's important.
More like the bottom feeders existing on the scraps of society.
You just be babbling about
Bubba the Love Sponge.
So every Wednesday about this time, sometimes a little bit sooner, we have the great Alex Stein on. I worship the ground that this man walks on.
Current belt holder.
He is the current, the current belt, the Bubba Army most coolest and most talented person of the show, championship belt holder. He currently has that by proxy. You can see, Lummy, that his picture is so beautifully affixed. Maybe you can get that belt down and show the camera.
Will do.
We put our money where our mouth is. He is the belt holder, and Lummy can show the fine cameras of that. He used to be one-way Stein. Now he's super highway Stein. He's the man that single-handedly got our Twitter back. He did. We've been trying for years. And Alex Stein called a friend of a friend, and they got a direct line into Elion, and then it was just a big whodunit. And so as pessimistic over the years as I've been over Mr. One Way, I am now I'm a fanboy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm indebted to this gentleman. Is he standing by?
Yes, he is.
Hello, Mr. Stein. How are you, my friend?
Hi, Bubba. Pay-per-view because Alex is scared. He doesn't want to get in trouble since he got a strike on his channel, so I'm talking for him.
Don't tell him I'm scared.
Really?
Well, he's not scared. He just doesn't want to get his channel taken down. But he says that there's no need to thank him and that he's going to relinquish the belt to Lummy.
No. He doesn't have those powers to be able to relinquish the belt.
Only Bubba does.
Yeah.
He said that he wants to relinquish it.
So he's like a champion who doesn't even want to be a champion?
No, I want to be a champion. Just tell him there's a lot of pressure.
Oh, well, how fitting. I mean, one-way Stein.
I mean, listen now. You're going to keep the belt for as long as I think that you deserve the belt, and you still deserve the belt. Quit being a little pussy-ass martyr, bitch.
He said, Bubba, I know this is your crown jewel, but I don't even want it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's disrespectful you even have that angle, you little martyr bitch.
He does want it. He just can't properly carry it.
Well, that's okay. It's
He's displayed.
We know that he can't physically have it, but he can still have it, virtually and metaphorically, and he is the strap holder. What is he in so much trouble over?
Tell him about your strike.
He got a strike on YouTube for talking about trans and kids, and it was just a title on a video that got him in trouble, of course.
Right, and he's in a lot of trouble, and now is I guess I'm going to have to talk to you through as an interpreter. Is he at trouble with the Blaze, or is this a YouTube thing?
We
might as well just talk to him.
Well, no, this is actually more fun, because I'm talking to an attractive woman who
I know.
who I'm kind of got the hots for. So now is there problems at the Blaze?
No, I wouldn't say so, but now he's just being watched a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Not too bad though. Not too bad. But
How long does his YouTube? How long does his?
He said it's another positive thing he's done for the Blaze.
What How long is his community standards or bad guy strike last? 2 weeks?
It'll be up Sunday, so he'll be able to come back on next week.
Yeah. Now, is he gonna, maybe feather? Like, I've been telling him pay-per-view that he needs to feather the gas a little bit, and he's just a little too much. I've been telling him to back it down a notch, and he keeps doubling down, and this is what happens.
Papa knows.
From that, I only have one speed, full speed, and I have a lot of mental health issues. So.
He only has one speed, and that's full speed, and plus, he has a lot of mental health issues. So,
are you still? I mean, are you on the verge of leaving him or anything? Are you guys solid?
Yes, we're solid. You know that I would never leave Alex.
Well, I don't know that. I mean, some guy who doesn't have a community. I mean, what if Steven Crowder all of a sudden started talking to you?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And Alex is off the plane. He's suspended from YouTube.
He's got great hair.
Let's say that Alex loses it all. He gets canceled. He's like he like Alex Joneses himself. He's like completely done.
And he has to go back selling cars.
He's got to go back to selling cars and putting peanut butter in the valve train so they can get through. And he's literally like down on his luck and, having to live, borrow money from his dad and stuff. And would you still stay with him or would you, go over and be with a guy that's got his act together?
Alex wants me to say no, but that's not the real answer. So, but I'll do it.
You mean the real answer is you're out of there. I mean, you got to. I mean, your man has to have a job and be popular in the media social world, or a hot looking chick like you will be able to find somebody. I mean, if Alex loses it all, then you're out of there. Let's just be honest. Love isn't that strong.
Strong.
It is strong, but I don't know. It's actually, I think it might actually be the other way around. I think Alex would be the first one to leave me, if we're being honest.
Right, because he feels he's a failure and he can't live up to your expectations.
Part of it, yeah, probably the shame, the guilt.
Right. So at that point, you just let her go and be free, knowing that she needs a good man. Maybe you can send her this way. We got some,
Well, maybe it's kind of like why the homeless guy doesn't ask for help because they're just too embarrassed, I mean, They probably could get the help, but they're just so ashamed.
If she does stay with you, that shows you that she's one hell of a woman.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Well, I love Alex. He's a great guy. But hey, I'm just gonna have to say that Alex that needs to go very soon. He doesn't want to.
Hold on, I got a way. Hold on, I can put him on protect. Yeah. Why didn't you Lummy, you know my capabilities here. Why didn't you offer him that?
Well, technically, I thought he was just since he's on the phone and not on whatever. He would have it.
I almost blew that one out. Let me see here.
Oh God, just blow up the board.
Here we go. I'm gonna disguise your voice, Alex, and this is not really Alex.
No, this is
Oh God,
it's Pedro.
This is Dontarius.
What's up, Bruce? How you doing?
I think you're.
Well,
your cell phone. You should know. You should call me from a landline, Alex. Or I mean, now your Cricket Wireless is in and out. I mean, we got you all disguised up and everything. Nobody knows it's you, and now you're breaking up.
Yeah, I got the cell phone.
This is you never have bad cell phone service. Now all of a sudden you got bad cell phone service, right? When we're getting to the good part.
He's just taking you off of his Bluetooth speaker.
Hey, I wasn't on Bluetooth. I'm talking into the headset.
Oh, there you go.
I'm hearing some major echo.
What did you say? Let me. I can't quite interpret.
He's talking now into the phone. He's getting major feedback.
Oh,
hey, this is not Alex, but he's got a celebrity boxing match July 22nd in Nashville, Tennessee. Keemstar's doing it, and it's going to be a wild deal.
Can he get us tickets?
Can Alex? Can you ask Alex when you see him if he could get us tickets if we needed to go?
Oh, front row, dude! I'll even fly you guys out.
Who? No, I mean, like Alex would fly us out when you talk to him.
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
I didn't know that I'm not talking to Alex. I'm talking to Fred, and Fred knows Alex quite well and can answer for him.
Yes, I'm a representative of Alex.
And what's your name? What's your name again? What's your name again, Fred?
My name's Freddie.
All right, Fast Freddie, assistant to Alex Stein, and Fast Freddie saying they got some kind of boxing match going on.
Celebrity boxing match in July.
In Memphis.
In Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm the lowest card, but I think it's Misfits or something. It's one of these big boxing, so it's like Logan Paul. They're about to send me the details. I got to go and get Tennessee Board of Boxing. I have to fill out some forms. I have to get a neurological check, eye check, and some other.
Oh no,
check.
Hold on. You're boxing.
Well,
100%, no headgear.
I mean, Alex is.
Yeah,
Alex.
Fred.
Fred.
Has Alex been training?
Fred, are you going to be the corner man, Fred?
No, I mean potentially we were thinking about maybe you could be the quarter man.
No. The guy I'm talking to is working the spit bucket. Fred, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Fred. I'm Freddie. I just clean the toilets here. I just make sure.
And you'll work the spit. You'll work the spit bucket.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the spit bucket. Or, really, I'm even less than that. I'll just kind of clean the toilet when he's in the locker room.
You might just end up driving Alex to the event and have to stay in the car the entire time till Alex wins the big match. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Alex lets me go to the McDonald's for 30 minutes and get a milkshake and a hamburger. But yeah, I'll have to be in the car the whole time.
Who's Alex fighting?
Danny Bonaducci?
He's fighting a guy named Mo Dean. And you should look him up on TikTok because what he does is he goes and kisses like random celebrities, like a male celebrity. He'll go kiss him on the cheek, or like John Cena. He's approached, and so he kind of has a troll thing like Alex does. And
yeah, but you see, but what you don't understand, Fred, is Alex actually is a pretty big man. He's like 6'3". Hard telling. He's pretty fat right now.
He's fat. He's very handsome. Yeah, but I know how large Alex is.
Fred, is Alex taking this seriously, and is he training at all, Fred?
Well, he's about to. He just signed up for a membership at Maple Avenue Boxing Gym, but he's really screwed. But he's got 6 weeks.
Oh, so the promotion isn't providing any of this stuff for him?
No, well, see, Alex is worried about keeping his job, so he's not really worried about this boxing match until his job is
secure. But usually in these YouTube boxing deals or celebrity boxing deals, at least the promotion will kind of cover your training costs. Are they doing that for Alex?
I don't know.
For this is Fred, and for Alex, they cover travel. I don't think they've offered any of that, and it's the lowest card, so you get $10K is what Alex is getting for the boxing match.
That's a hell of a deal.
How big's this Mo Dean guy?
I thought you'd already had it Googled and had me 15
clips of Mo Dean.
Dean.
Well, I'm trying to make sure that this Mo Dean guy is who he is.
He's big on TikTok. He used to be on a bunch of other stuff and been kicked off.
Right,
so
just like Alex. Him and Mo Dean and Alex all have a lot. One thing they have in common. You know what? This would be the opening match. Would be called the kickoff match. These are two guys that have collectively lost 14 platforms between both of them.
Have they announced the fight yet? Or no?
The $10,000 is going to be the money they would have lost out if they would have been able to still have their YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's very accurate, and Alex agrees with you. But they're about to announce it. Keem should announce it either today or tomorrow. They overnighted the contract. I guess we have to sign that. And once Alex signs that contract,
as much as Alex is on the bottom of the card, who's on the top of the card, like the Jake Paul deal?
It's like Bryce Hall. I don't even know. They're going to announce it, but there's some big name. I should know all this, but they reached out to me 2 months ago, and they didn't have a match, but they asked me if I was interested, and then now they're throwing me on the card. The first match, the lowest one, lowest paid. Still pretty good.
But still $10,000, man, to go in there. I mean, is that now with headgear or no headgear?
No headgear.
What size gloves?
I think 14 ounce.
Yeah, those are pretty big. So I mean, you could easily. All you got to learn is just learn how to jab. If you can just learn to keep your gloves up, and are you right or left-handed? I mean, I'm sorry,
well,
Fred.
Is right, I'm left-handed.
Right. Alex is right-handed. So if Alex Alex being 6'3", if he just develops that, keep your right mitt up by your face, and then just keep that left one jabbing.
Yep.
Just do that. You'll win if you just stick to that.
Alex has a size advantage for sure. I believe. I think the guy is he's around 230. Alex is a little heavier.
How tall is the guy?
I don't think I think it says online he's 5'11".
Yeah, but he didn't have. He wasn't also fourth string tight end for USF back in '89 like Alex was.
Yeah, he's not. But he's gonna have. He doesn't know who I am. He probably just sees me saying big, or he sees Alex saying Big Booty Latina, and he doesn't know that he's actually a real killer.
I sent you like a fight he like did in the street. So he's the guy with
hold
the,
on
the
here. This
backwards
is
hat.
This is Alex is fighting.
The guy with the white.
Alex is gonna get his ass kicked on this deal. This guy's a straight New Yorker.
Yeah.
Stand by.
He's not from New York. He's
Hold on
from the Islamic Quarters in the UK.
Body shots, body shots.
I don't know the language on this.
Body
Bubba.
shots. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, Mo! Come on, Mo! What's messing? What's messing? What's messing? Oi, wait.
Hey, yo. Hey.
Body shots.
Body shots.
He said he's the guy in the hat.
Come on.
Yeah.
Looks like he's getting his ass kicked.
What's messing?
It doesn't really look like he's hitting back.
I don't know, Alex. This guy looks pretty tough.
Body shots.
Yeah, also looks like he sells fentanyl. So, I mean, it's going to be a good old time.
Looks like he's on Vice, and when they're on Vice, they put the masks over the guys and stuff because they're selling
He's a
fentanyl.
cartel member.
They're selling fentanyl in downtown, Vancouver. So I mean, man, Alex. Oof.
Well, Alex, I'll
Fred.
tell him all about this. This is Fred. I just want to make this
Fred has Alex. So Alex is upset or freaked out that he got a strike on YouTube for doing some whatever the hell he did, and then he gets his YouTube back supposedly on Sunday. Now has the Blaze, Fred, according to the best of your knowledge, being Alex's assistant, has the Blaze talked to Alex about this at all, or is this a non-issue with them, or what?
You want to answer this, Alex? You want me to answer? Yes, he's in a lot of trouble. It's not good. Once again, it's been
Well, I mean, I can't understand a word that Fred's saying. Can you?
I think he said it's not good.
It's not great.
It's not great. It's not good.
And then on top of that, some inside baseball that Alex just told me about. Some of the sponsors or the head of the marketing, ad sales.
Sponsors are pulling.
That's not good.
No, not yet. I have a couple of good ones. Some stalwarts, Birch Gold, or Alex has them. But I need to. But not me, Fred, but Alex needs to work on, putting the clients over and getting more ad sales.
Blaze is already telling you the ad sale gimmick. That's the appetizer of firing. Ad sale.
Oh yeah.
Start with the ad sales, and then it's we
can't. Well, it was constructive criticism. Just take it more serious and give them a better ad, or yada.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Don't get your main distribution platform that you have about 549,000 followers on. Don't get that thing taken away.
Yeah, because we had to postpone those ads for the week, so that's why I was kind of a little trouble.
Yeah.
Alex,
that's not good.
I mean, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I mean, I've went through all this pain. I've been through all of this pain in my career where, I've been, lost ad sales, FCC violations, blackballed Willie, sex tape Jones, my Lord.
Well, I hope I make some money for my
Look at that hot. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to look at that hot blonde with the nicest areolas that are sitting right beside you. And know that when you lose it all, she's gone, kid. She's gone. Didn't Hall & Oates sing a song? She gone.
Yeah.
Well, I'll relay all this to Alex. He's taking a nap right now. He's in bed. But we have Alex has a lot of stuff on the right. And I'm sure he's really going to be looking forward to talking to you tomorrow. And he wants to properly carry the strap as well. He doesn't want it to be a gimmick, kind of a pity deal.
Well, if he still has it by the time the fight comes around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can wear it.
Wear it. We're not shipping that belt to Nashville, bitches.
Well, one of you guys
that'd be great exposure.
Not leaving this building.
I'm sure Alex can figure it out.
I mean, Alex, guys, I mean, the only way I would send that belt is if one of you guys went.
Well,
and you were responsible for getting it back here.
I know Fred's got to check in with Alex, but I was hoping Alex could come through because I would make accommodations. Like I would go.
You go?
Yeah,
okay.
I got credentials to Creator Clash earlier this year through the show. Like it's like that internet boxing is so stupid, but it's so entertaining.
Again, Al,
and I'd obviously go root for Alex and get us some great content too.
Listen, Anna, Rhett, make sure you let me know all the credentials you're spewing out on behalf of the show, you son of a bitch.
No, Bubba, don't worry about that. This is internet boxing. But Rhett, look up who's on the card.
We've been trying to.
Yeah,
they haven't announced it yet.
So it's through Happy Punch, right?
Alex, if Rhett does go, will you carry the Bubba Army belt out to the ring?
Well, this is Fred, but I'm sure Alex would do that.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that would intimidate the guys. Like, Alex that's a real belt. He's the champion of something. If I saw that, if I was the opponent, I'd be like, man, that guy got some kind of champion. You must whip somebody's ass to get that.
This guy is going to be like...
You're going to need all the help you can get from what I saw. You're going to need all the help you can get. This guy's pretty solid.
Well, Rhett and I can go that day and kind of train up Rhett.
Oh, Lummy, you couldn't train up nothing.
I did a boxing match. You trained me.
Right.
And I won.
Okay. I know that your wife, plunges you nightly. I don't know how manly you really are. Sorry.
Oh, so Rhett's manlier than I am?
I don't know.
That's pretty manly, though. To take that is hard. I mean, it shows you strong, he's powerful to be able to
Thank you, Fred.
insert something in that strong stick.
Thank you, Fred.
Anyway, Fred, tell Alex we're really worried about him. I think this might be the closest of him. I think this is the closest, potential cancel that he's had so far. And
Well, he's all the way sideways, Bubba. I'll tell him, yeah, he's sideways. Yeah, it's good.
He's dilated and sideways. Is that what you said?
They call it a fentanyl fold. He's kind of in a constant fentanyl fold. His stomach is hurt. He's constantly.
Now is he still on the Blaze?
Yeah.
You posted your Alex posted his show on there last night, I believe, right?
Yeah, we still did the show. I mean, things are okay. It's just why can't
and you just got kind of do you just got kind of a Fred, does Alex just kind of have a nervous, there's just kind of a nervous feel going on right now, like a lot of uncertainty,
anxiety,
a lot of uncertainty. You got the sales team calling you saying that you got a few sponsors
that are move the ads and to kind of mess some stuff up because you got some better advertisers.
And then you get kicked off of you get kicked off of YouTube, which that's a pretty good little piece of chunk of money for you. You got your girlfriend over there, hot as hell, but she's gone as soon as you lose it all, and you're back to selling used cars.
That's right.
Well, this is Fred. I've always been kind of a janitor, personal assistant, but yes, Alex would have to go back to selling cars. And that's
maybe Alex could move to Tampa and be on the show or something. Maybe
potentially he might have to, which might not be a good thing for you, Bubba, because I'm telling you, he eats, and you know this. You know that he has overeating issues.
He's got all kinds of issues. Alex might replace his hot girlfriend with heroin. He's the kind of guy that would do that.
He would. Luckily, I've been sober 17 years.
Get on the horse, kid.
Alex
been on the desert with a horse with no name.
I'm his handler. I can help him do that. I would if you asked me.
Well, listen, Fred, we're getting a little late here. I'm going to have to call Alex personally today, make sure he's okay. I love him so very much, and I hope he's okay.
Well, he's not doing great. He's probably been like 5 out of 10, maybe 4.5. He's been better.
Yeah, it's okay. And if Fred, you want to text me, pay-per-views number, I wouldn't mind having her so I can help comfort, Alex on the backside,
Well, Bubba, listen, if you can figure out to make me $147 million, Alex will give you all of Free's contract.
Oh, so you're saying you would let me blast pay-per-view if you could get Hogan type money?
Yeah, for Gawker, yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, I have nothing much to lose at this point. Or for Alex doesn't. This is Fred. I have a lot to lose. I have 7 kids.
You got 7 kids, Fred?
Yeah. 6 different women.
That's a country song. I got 7 kids with 6 different women.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, listen, Fred, tell Alex I'll call him today later and talk him off the ledge. I love him, and he's going to, we're very proud and honored that he is the champion of our show. Even though he didn't have much of a show left, he can still be the champion of our show.
Yeah, and that's true. And Alex wanted me to leave you guys with one thing that he has a lot to talk about with your Twitter statement, interesting stuff. So look forward to talking to him, hearing from him next week. Bye-bye.
All right, man. Fred, thank you for being a great interpreter for the great Alex Stein.
Thanks, Fred.
And make sure to go follow me, Fast Freddy Gonzalez 13 on Twitter.
He's hit the rattler. What comes next? We can only guess. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
All day, every day.
I'm an FTE.
Full tractor effect.
You're my savior.
I listen to it in the morning and at night. It keeps me awake all night driving that big rig down the road.
Bubba the Love Sponge. We love you, brother. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Man, lot to sled through. Lummy from the hot bike, huh?
Oh, yes, a lot.
Me and Brian were just really. I mean, we're getting ready. Yeah, he did. He was like pulling for you, and I was negotiating, and we started. And Brian will at least will at least verify that me and Lummy just agreed upon. Negotiations started at 50-50, and they ended at 90-10. Did they not? I mean, was the final deal 90-10, Lummy?
90-10.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, Brian. I'm sorry. The defendant even says that the deal in itself before they went into hot mic was 90-10.
Yeah, he bid against himself big time.
Right.
I started him out at 50-50, and he ended himself at 90-10. Don't represent yourself, folks.
No, well, I mean, not against me at least, nonetheless, when I'm trying to pay you, okay? So, Lummy, we did agree, like, you know, if because of this endorsement you're getting ready to do, you turn into a big-time star, and like a lot of the places, like, you know, maybe Redline Oil or K&N or some of the places, you know, like, you know, obviously Skag Mowers, you know, Miller Lite, Super Beats, Lightstream, you know, Manscaped, Omaha Steaks, you know, I mean, all the ones that we endorse, right?
Oh, yeah.
If all of a sudden they hear this read, because, you know, all the ad companies, when we do reads, we send an air check to them. And so they, you know, they're always talking about, hey, you know, the guy, Jimmy Jones in Wichita, he does pretty good for us. You know, anytime we've done stuff with him, with Omaha Steaks and stuff, he really does good. Well, I mean, I got a reputation amongst a couple of these agencies that we do good endorsements, and that the Bubba Army is very cult-like. And when we promote something, the Bubba Army goes the best they can and goes and researches it. And if it's something they can use, they use it, right?
Yes, of course, 100%.
So that's why people hire us to be their spokesperson, right?
Yes.
And that's you know, it's actually a pretty decent number of our budget. You know, that's a pretty big number.
Yeah.
That's like our fourth or third highest revenue piece is our advertising. You know, our spoken word endorsements, right?
Yes.
I'm getting ready for you to do your very first one on your own. And what I'm trying to say is, what if you nail it? And everybody, you know, Tom Bean's calling me and be like, hey, we want to, you know, Manscaped wants to switch over from Bubba over to Lummy. Next thing you know, Lightstream calls. Hey, Bubba, we really, you did a good job, but that Lummy guy, phew, we heard his Get Super Beats commercial, and whoa, can you give me some information on that guy? How much does he cost? And, you know, all of a sudden, Lummy, nobody wants me anymore, and they want you.
Promo code Lummy.
And so, what I want to say, Lummy, is I'm good with that. But it's going to be all money collected for said endorsements. Our deal, me and yours deal.
Yes.
Outside of your paycheck, is I get 90% and you get 10, and you want the listeners to know that you're perfectly good with that, and we negotiated in good faith.
I'm perfectly good with that.
And we negotiated.
We negotiated in good faith with our lawyers here.
Did you know, with our one lawyer who was pulling heavily for you and advising you not to take the deal?
Yes.
And you overrode his decision nonetheless, and said, no, 90-10 is good with me, buddy.
Give it back to Papa.
Okay.
Give me back to Papa. So, okay,
and perfecting this lead is going to be a 10 and had a 90%.
What's that now again?
Yeah. I said me perfecting this lead is not going to be good.
Okay. Now, Lummy, this is Get Super Beats, okay? They're a
great client from Human. The two ends.
Slow down, buddy. So this client is Super Beats.
Yes.
They're fairly new. We just got them a couple months ago. Now we've done really, really well. Like a lot of the Bubba Army have gone out and got these Super Beats.
Yes.
Dan likes them. Brian likes them. They're even Anna, being the, what are you, vegetarian, the vegan kicker?
Yep.
Yeah. She likes them. Mm-hmm. Dan eats them. And Lummy, so it looks like they're going to be a good client. They also have some different. The main company is Human, HUMANN. They make other stuff like a Neuro deal, and they make just a lot of different products that we're going to probably start endorsing But Super Beats is our first one, nonetheless, that we're doing with them. We're still in the Super Beat phase. But Lummy, we're getting ready to get some more business with these great people.
Great, awesome.
And so I wanted to give you an opportunity to do an endorsement for these people, knowing that they're one of our best clients right now.
Yes.
And knowing that, you know what better way to treat a new client, and then to give him an option. Be like, listen, Bubba does your reads, and you guys get a pretty good response. But would you like to? The Bubba Show has informed us that they're now offering LUMMY for endorsement purposes.
Oh,
I mean, that's a pretty big thing. It's a pretty big deal when the network's now offering you as a paid talent to endorse a product. That's
huge.
That bears a big shoulder of responsibility as he takes a sip of his Miller Lite.
As Brian is pimping me out for birthday parties online right now.
Yeah.
All those
trade shows too.
Lummy, all of those deals go what?
Through you, 90-10.
Well, hold on, that's all you need to say, Lummy. Everything 90-10, except for your paycheck.
Okay.
I'll still let you keep that.
Oh, thank you, Bubba. I appreciate that.
But all other opportunities, that are going to be spoke about on these airwaves are going to be 90-10. Okay, buddy?
Yes, sir.
And so this is Super Beats.
Yes.
They're one of our best clients, and we're going to give them an option because we're a really good, we're a good client, and the fact that you now have another alternative. You have LUMMY as your potential spokesperson.
Oh, boy. I'm ready. Yep.
Oh, boy.
We wouldn't be super serving the customer, Bubba, if we didn't tell our great listeners about Super Beats.
Okay, hold on. We're getting ready here. Ready?
Oh, okay.
Ready?
Yep.
LUMMY Super Beats. Take one. In action.
Bubba, we want to be super serving our great clients in superbeats.com, part of a company Human with two N's, HUMANN. We are going to be doing some other products from them very soon. But currently we have the Super Beats, the heart chews. Brian takes them. Bubba, you take 2 to 4 a day. I take 2 every morning. Dr. Dan loves them. Anna loves them. They're plant-based, non-GMO, no artificial sweetener. Great chew. It helps your heart. It's a heartfelt reason to support your blood pressure. In fact, more than half the U.S. population would benefit from blood pressure support. I know I want to watch Little Walker go up, and one way I can do that is to keep my blood.
Maybe you could take them being responsible, and then you can call them up and say, what's the youngest that a person can take them? Because maybe I want to get my kid on these as quickly as I can.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to help me watch Walker grow up and keep my blood pressure down so I don't have a heart attack.
If you didn't take Super Beats, maybe Walker would lose his father.
That's right.
So,
but I'm taking them every day at 6 a.m.
Keep your family together and make sure the father of your family takes Super Beats so that your son and daughter can have a dad.
That's right.
Man, that's some pretty strong marketing, right? If you're kind of on the fence, Lummy, about whether you want some Super Beats or not, that might just put you right on over, wouldn't
it? That's right. Yeah. And if you
sorry, Lummy, I made your endorsement.
Made a great point.
I made your endorsement actually funny.
Yeah, you made a great point.
So sorry. Go ahead. Back up. Continue number one. Go ahead. Super Beats. Get superbeats.com.
And if you pair it with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Super Beats are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone.
That shows you how long you went over, Lummy, and didn't even get hardly any of the data done at all. The song already run out.
And with over 30,000 5-star reviews and counting, Super Beat heart chews are having their moment. They're outselling Bounty paper towels on Amazon.
All right, let me just jump right on down to the final line. The last little bit there. I think you organically got get superbeats.com. I think you organically kind of shoestrung it into that.
Yes, I did. Superbeats.com.
That word salad that you just put together. So now for the final kicker, and I think you got the disclaimer in there as well.
Yes.
So now for the big high spot, let's kick out and go home, kid. Ready? Go ahead.
Double your potential with Super Beats heart chews. Get a free 30-day supply of Super Beats heart chews and 15% off your first order by going to getsuperbeats.com and using promo code Bubba.
Don't they ask you to spell that?
Yeah, that's the next one.
All right, go on. I'm sorry.
That's get GET super SUPER beats BEETS.com. Promo code Bubba. BUBBA. GetSuperBeats.com today. Use promo code Bubba. Thank you, Human Super Beats. Great client, and we're going to be doing a lot more for him. And thank you for Bubba Army for supporting our great clients. Now over to you, Bubba.
I think he did as good as could be expected.
Thanks, Brian.
Damn, Lummy. I mean, it was not going so good.
Yeah.
And then you just brought it home. I mean, you were really doing bad, and then you just hulked up, tore your shirt off, and tore the house down, Lummy. Give yourself I don't know, what would you consider that, Lummy? Like a real super good one? Like what category do we got? What's better than a pop? Do we got better? I mean, definitely it was a pop, but is there anything else? Like,
Like a nailed it.
A pop with an attaboy backside.
I don't know. Do we got anything a pop? I mean, let me look.
I'm
trying to help you.
There you go.
We
Multiple
got
points.
A pop and an honest 8 point, and your fan markouts are only positives.
No,
I'll give myself a pop.
Just make it just make it a single pop. Okay, that's all we got.
Thank you, Bubba.
Bubba the Love Sponge. It is.
I'm here for the sponge.
Mate, it's all about mate. It's got to be Bubba. I laugh so hard.
Bubba the Love Sponge. Ow! The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I'm out in the car listening to Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh.
Love you guys.
Gotta be Bubba.
Wondering who he's going to yell at next.
Yeah.
People from all facets of life can relate to this show, and that's why I like it.
I love it. I can't get enough.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Exactly.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Man, this bizarro world that we live in. Why would you not want to go to one of our forums? Kick, Rumble, YouTube, now Twitter as well, all at the Bubba Army, and listen to the show via our streaming services because you can hear Hot Mic. Now, you can also go to Bubba Army Radio. I don't think TuneIn. I think TuneIn plays the commercials of the affiliates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think TuneIn plays the Hot Mic. Do they?
I think they play a little bit of the commercials. It will depends how you listen to it, because some people do tune in through the Bubba Army.
Yeah, if you listen to like Florida Man Radio, things like that. So anyway, make a long story short, if you're not listening to our Hot Mic segment, you've got to somehow find a way. However you listen to the show, you're going to have to be able to try to figure out how to listen to the Hot Mics, and those are when we break down the 7 times that we break. And we're gone for 6 minutes and 20 seconds while you're hearing regular commercials on your radio station. If you are listening to us on by the various means that I spoke of earlier that I want to go through again, you can hear what we're talking about in the on air. I'm sorry, in studio but off air, like talking about just life or just whatever, just the way people talk at work when they're not on the air. Obviously,
as you do.
There's some things that we can talk about on the air. Then when we turn the mics off, it's like showbiz. And then when you turn the mics off, now we can kind of say, hey, Lummy, man, the conversations we have, Lummy, we've now negotiated you down to 90-10%. Lummy, first of all, unbeknownst to me, and I can't make this very long, this is going to have to go over to the after show. All of this, Lummy, we're going to open the after show up with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't even necessarily know that I'm going to get it. I'll give you I'll give you the tip of what we're talking about right now.
And then the shaft during the after show.
You're going to get the shaft and the testicles and maybe
the testicles.
and maybe
sticking it all.
You're going to get I'm going to get you pregnant.
That's what, from fun to scary real quick.
You're just going to get the tip now, but I'm going to get you pregnant over at the other place, okay?
Okay.
Get ready. And so, here's the tip. And if you want to get pregnant, come over to youtube.com/the Bubba Army, or Facebook, or Lummy, or BubbaArmyRadio.com, or the Bubba Army app. So come over there. The water's warm.
What are you giggling about over there, Brian?
Don't worry about him, Lummy. Worry about your own self.
I'm reading chat, and I'm just thinking to myself how you're... Never mind. It's funny.
So Brian starts a side hustle.
Word for it.
All of a sudden, I get ready. By the way, we're getting ready to leave the show. So sorry. Go to our other places to hear. Again, I'm going to tip you. I'm going to tip you nice. But you're going to want those shaft, and you're going to want to. Well, you're going to want to get knocked up, is what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
So come and get knocked up. And we'll start the mating process exactly at 10:30. So, Lummy, it's a hard 10:30. Okay?
Yes, 10:30.
Lummy, you know what? We should put the after show on Twitter, too. Shoot, don't you think?
Yep, I was just texting Rhett that, and he says, yeah, if you want to, let's do it.
Thanks, Lummy.
No problem.
So, first of all, Lummy, what was the... I gotta go here, but what was the official scorecard of today?
Today's champion would be Babyface at +4.
+4?
Yeah.
That's a strong... when's the last time somebody had a +4 for the day? Again, you're supposed to have all this stuff calculated right there in your New Testament.
Looks like the closest that it has been was...
Is the +4 a record?
It looks like it is a record. Closest looks like it was...
Will you secure these stats for...
Yeah, I will do that after the show.
So I have the highest and lowest scores ever in the history of the show so far.
Right.
You got range.
It's pretty good.
So for today, specifically, what do you have? Lummy, take it away.
I have Babyface at +4, Lummy +2.
Lummy, you were a +2.
Yeah, +2.
All the turmoil you went through today.
I still rose above it.
+2 is a big turnaround.
Anna +1.
Yes.
And Rhett -4.
Ugh.
Oh, Rat. Not a good showing from you today. What did he do to piss me off today? I forget.
You want to be
He left
reminded?
in the middle of a segment.
Oh, yeah.
And cleaned up some water.
You're trying to talk about Twitch and you left to pick up the spill.
He's like your online content expert, brought up the subject and left.
You might want to find us via Hot Mic because of Anna's parroting. Oh, my God. Every
Can't
break.
help it, Bubba. It's just...
She's got
it's
Bubba
embedded in me
Tourette's.
now.
She does. Like
I sing the songs in my car alone to you.
Like on the air, she
As
doesn't.
you, I mean.
She does it a little bit on the air, but off the air, like she'll want to say a bad word about somebody on chat, so she turns into me.
Yeah.
I dumped that. I don't necessarily think that was necessarily enunciated as clearly as it could have been. So sorry.
It's okay.
So Lummy, nonetheless, that's that. Thank you for the scorecard.
Yes, no problem.
Tomorrow, Friday, we'll have a complete week rundown, will we not?
Yes, we will.
No, so what you're gonna have to do, Lummy, like 5 minutes before the show ends, you're gonna have to calculate it all together based on Friday's day input. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna have it all ready to go.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Thank you.
I got my abacus.
So, as I say goodbye, and we're gonna give you the tip. Here's what Brian has started. Brian has started because Lummy absolutely nailed the Super Beats endorsement. We're already hearing back from our sponsors that it's going to be a mass exodus for Bubba to be your spokesperson. We want Lummy to be our spokesperson. We want that slow adult feel. I mean, listen, as much as, like for instance, Brian, the Victoria's Secret deal, used to be just the hottest of chicks. Now they're putting big girls on there, right?
Not anymore.
Well, maybe
not even girls.
Big girl.
Maybe clients are like, maybe we don't want the sharp, smooth talking guy. We want the slower adult feel, right?
Yeah, we're going for a certain audience.
Yeah, but that means
American.
Yeah, the average American. They're like, oh my God, that guy's so cute. That guy's so funny. Oh my God, I like that guy. I'm going to do whatever that guy tells me to do. I'm going to buy this. I don't even need heart shoes, but I'm buying some. I like that guy. He's stupid and slow, but he's so lovable.
Got good butt pressure.
So Brian now is booking Lummy for birthday parties and bar mitzvahs and appearances.
Trade shows.
And mowing grass.
Yard work. It doesn't matter. You want to pay him? Pay him.
So like if I needed my back lawn mowed and I wanted to pay $250 an hour, I could hire Lummy to come and mow my back lawn. Or if I just want him to sit, in my patio in his underwear and drink Miller Lights with me, as long as I'm paying $250 an hour with a $50 transportation fee. Lummy is bookable.
Lumpy is too.
Is Lummy bookable, Brian? Are you setting up that template?
Lummy is open for business. We've got a clear calendar. So, we got about 8 dates that people in chat want.
And Lummy, you already got 8 bookings. We're going to get into your bookings and how people can book you. I'm tipping you now.
Thank you. George Zimmerman, 25 on the Venmo.
Including every time you go out, Brian makes about 5% more than you.
Perfect. Thank you, Brian.
You cut your own deal.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, LUMMY.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra, of Council.
Brett, the Filthy Ginger, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello. I'm back.